many like religions of spiritualism, like they do these type of sacrifices in order like to gain favor or power. And the fact that he did it in front of court, like before, like not in front, meaning in front of court, but the fact that he did it
Yeah,
before his
there are
court case.
people that think that these things are true, and they might do stuff like that in certain circumstances. I
Yeah,
don't
but it
think that this
always,
is that circumstance.
no, I get you, but
I'd have to
but
see, but
whenever
there are some people that do believe that and do follow that, right? There are
I
even
get
people on
you, I get you,
TikTok that
true,
do
true,
that.
true. But most of the time, the people that do that or that follow these things, they most of the time end up like becoming either famous or becoming very
Because it gets people talking about them. Like, and I mean, that's not true. There's a person on TikTok that goes live and says that they sold their soul to the devil. Have you seen those lives?
no, I haven't.
No, you haven't. But there was a person who does that, right? And there was one live. I mean, they don't get this every live, but where they had thousands of people in it. Well, you want to know why? Because literally it gets people to talk about it, right? It's interesting. Someone's claiming that they fucking sold their soul to the devil. Can you imagine if I did a live where I had people come up where they think that they actually sold their soul to the devil? I don't think that they
Yeah.
exist, but like I would love to talk to them, right?
All right. Yeah, yeah. I kind of get you.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about or add then?
No, I think that was it, right? Have a nice day, Parker.
Appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request. If you disagree, tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to like 250,000 likes, everyone. If you want to help get out to more people, share the live. Let's try to get to 500 shares, everyone. Those are the best ways to help get it out to everyone. By the way, we hit 300K yesterday, so I want to I appreciate everyone for us hitting 300K. That was wild, by the way. But we're going to go into the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. If you want to debate, if you believe in God, y'all. By the way, everyone, we might hear in a little bit, move on to a different topic. We'll see what we do today. Let me know what y'all want to see later on. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
For sure. Do you believe in God?
Yes, kind of.
Why so?
First of all, the only reason why I truly believe in God is the fact that the universe could not appear out of nothing without something interacting with us in the first place. Like existence itself cannot come to be without nothing, and nothing cannot exist without something.
That didn't make any sense.
How? Fuck.
Nothing.
Essentially, nothing is absolute. Nothing is when there's absolutely nothing, right?
It doesn't make sense to say that nothing exists,
But
right? Because exists, right, is going to relate to something, right?
yeah, but to exist, yes.
There's going to be some property.
But what
So
what
it's
was
kind of like
before?
a category error to say that nothing exists. By the way,
But what was before even everything existed right now? You cannot prove the fact that there was something
but
or
what do you
not.
mean before
nothing.
everything existed? You
Before
don't think there
our
was anything-
universe was
Give me a
created.
cipher to the description.
Before our.
So you don't think that the
You
So
can
you don't think that
continue.
there's anything prior to existence either, because you think that God is eternal. You think that God always existed, right? But there could be something prior to the existence in which we are currently in that is naturalistic and led to this existing. Thank you for the hand, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. There can be an eternal state of fundamental particles in which necessarily have the ability to explain why we exist, right? Which is naturalistic.
Well, that is also a possibility, but I mostly think that I do believe both in science, where like I believe in science like 100% all the way, but I also believe in the fact that God exists, mostly because there's no way to prove that he doesn't exist and that he does exist. There's no real way to prove that. And there's also no
we
real
can.
way to prove the fact that like we were created, either it was just a speck of one in a whatever infinite number of possibilities that we were created because of some kind of a mystical situation, or is something interacted in some way to create the universe. That's the only reason why I truly believe that God exists.
Yeah, so we can prove that God doesn't exist. We can do what's called a proof by contradiction.
Yeah.
Right. So if you believe in one of the like Abrahamic religions, I do believe that we can prove that your God doesn't exist. I think that we have the abilities to do that. So do you believe?
Not really then. Yeah.
Okay, man. All right. Well, I do appreciate you coming on, but I'm looking for people who disagree with in terms of that. Appreciate you
Okay.
coming on, though.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. We're just looking for some debates. By the way, everyone, I do want to say this. I mean, maybe I'll make a background to specify this type of stuff. I'm really only interested in talking like about the Abrahamic religions and stuff like that. So that's really all I'm debating and stuff. If you just mean like by God, like a deist God, or like you mean the universe, right? Kind of not really concerned with debating you. This guy's back, everyone. You're back?
Yes, I'm back. And this time I've got 2 points. My first point is, when people die, you know, many... Okay, have you ever heard of the out-of-body experience?
Yep.
You've heard of that, right? You know what that is. It's when you leave your body and it's like you're looking down on your body. Many people have experienced it, so that should be evidence enough. Okay, the fact that you leave your
So
body...
you just said that DMT is evidence of God? You sound like I Show Speed, bro.
I said... Oh no, I said leaving out-of-body experience is proof that there's a God.
Yeah, which would you have out-of-body experiences from DMT? So Joe Rogan's DMT experience that he shared on his podcast, right? That's proof of God.
Who's Joe Rogan? I don't know who Joe Rogan is.
Okay, well, sci-fi guy. If you're into sci-fi, you should probably fucking know, man. It's Joe Rogan, man.
Jeez, no need to swear. And my
I'm just trolling you, dude. Chill, dude.
and my second point is all these ideas of gods and deities and cosmic celestial beings. Where did all these ideas come from? They had to come from somewhere, didn't they? There had to be something that they saw or heard about, something that they experienced that made them come up with these ideas. Most stories, not every story, but most story is an idea they got from somewhere. Isn't it?
Jace, by the way, thank you for the Venmo. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the kind wishes. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I can. So can you restate the last part? Sorry, I apologize.
I said a lot of stories are experiences people have had or ideas gotten from other people or places, or they're just ideas people have gotten from other things.
They all originate from somewhere, right?
Yes, exactly. So all gods and religions have originated from somewhere. And where do they originate from? So there must have been something that happened at the start when religion was, you know, first coming into existence.
Oh, people want to explain the unexplained.
Yes, but there's also the fact that it's an origin. So if they wanted to unexplain, couldn't they have just said an alien did it? And instead they said some kind of...
Some did. Some said they were aliens. Some referred to them as like animal spirits. Some referred to them as like Greek gods,
Yes,
right?
but in the end,
there are many different depictions of like these
in the
unexplained
end, it all
phenomena.
ends up into this one category that there's some kind of higher being that controls everything, or that's the creation of everything. That's what it ends up as. So
That doesn't necessarily mean that like we all like need to believe that, or like that is some fact of reality. Just because that this would be an ad populum, just because many individuals believe something doesn't mean it's true, right? If everyone believes that,
yes, but
that the earth is flat, right? Does that mean that the earth is flat?
No, there's proof that the earth's not flat. People have been...
Yeah, but for thousands of years, people believe the earth is flat.
Well, that's because they didn't have proof that the earth wasn't flat.
Okay, so they were trying to explain something that was yet unexplained.
Yes, but there's also proof that God exists. Like I said before, seeing your family or the out-of-body experience. If God didn't exist, wouldn't we just die and not have an out-of-body experience? Where does this...
Oh, no, the out-of-body experience is a psychedelic experience. Appreciate the little crown. Thank you so much.
It's our soul leaving our body.
No, you don't have evidence of that, right? That is simply just like a depiction, imagination of your brain, right? People have lucid dreams where they feel like this type of stuff is happening, right? It's simply just a perception of your mind.
My grandma had the out-of-body experience just before she died. Okay, and she always believed in heaven. She actually claimed that she'd seen the light, which is another thing people claim. People all claim that they see a tunnel and with a light at the end of it. Many people have claimed to have seen
That's
that.
literally just DMT.
What?
That's literally just DMT.
What's that got to do with this?
People take DMT and that's what they say they see.
DMT.
Yes. Dimethyltryptamine.
I know what it is, but I don't think that is related to.
It literally is because in out of near-death experiences, you have DMT that releases in your brain.
Okay. Anyway, back to the origin of the stories. These origins had to come from somewhere. They had to come from somewhere. So they must have seen something. They must have seen some kind of creature that would look and ended up being worshipped as a god, as a deity. I'm not saying they saw aliens. I'm saying that they must have seen some entity that is basically considered a god today. They must have seen something to come up with these ideas in the first place.
That isn't so. Like, for example, right, there were people that in many different cultures, right, believed in dragons, right, and had ideas of dragons. Does that mean dragons existed?
Well, some people thought the dinosaurs were dragons. We don't know what.
Actually, we didn't have any evidence that even dinosaurs existed at that time.
Yes, we do. The bones. The bones.
You had like not full like structures of bones.
Yes.
Not insofar as that you'd be able to make a claim about like a dragon or something like that.
No, but it's proof that dinosaurs existed. We have no idea what they looked like when they were alive, unless cavemen were somehow alive back then, which they weren't. But if they were, then I'm sure they would have painted them on their walls of the caves.
Yeah, but I don't think humans and dinosaurs lived together.
I know they don't. They didn't. The humans were like 60 million years after the dinosaurs. Anyway, the origins. Like ancient Egypt, for example. Like, Anubis and, what's the other guy? All those Egyptian gods, where did they get their ideas from? They just say, okay, this guy just did this, and, let's just say this guy did that. They had to have a reason to believe that those gods did what they claim they did.
Those gods claim they did.
No, the Egyptians claimed that these gods did certain things. Okay.
Yeah, and you're saying that they would have to justify that their gods did that?
They'd have to have a reason to believe that. They couldn't just...
Oh, okay, same thing for you.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You also have to have a reason to believe in your belief the same way you expect people to have reason to believe in theirs.
Yes, and there was evidence, or there must have been some kind of evidence to prove that those gods existed. I don't believe that they just came up with the stories.
Can you just give me the evidence?
I'm telling you the evidence, don't you?
No, that's not evidence. You're saying there could have been some evidence.
No, I said there would have been some evidence.
Why would I accept that?
Because where did these stories come from?
Our imagination.
Yes, but...
Yeah, where did dragons come from? Where did Harry Potter come from? Travis, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. How did Marvel think of celestial beings? Right.
They didn't think of celestial beings. Celestial beings have been around for thousands of years. Marvel.
Well, I meant the point is that we can talk about celestial beings. Where did those celestial beings come from? Right. The same question is then going to come up. Right. Oh, they had to have evidence of this existing. Okay. Well, the same thing's true with Harry Potter, right?
No,
you have to have evidence of Harry Potter existing.
J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, she admitted that she got Harry Potter
imagined
Narnia and Star Wars.
And where does that come from?
Well,
imagination.
Can you shut up for a minute? George Lucas.
Can I shut up for a minute?
No, let me finish. Let me finish. George Lucas, and I saw it in an interview. That's not even listening. Fucking idiot. Hello? Nope. It's gone. Where did you go?
What? No, I was just doing the same thing as you.
What?
Nothing, don't worry.
Are you making fun of me?
Say what you're saying?
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
No, I could, bruv, if I wanted to.
No, you just were. I know you were. I just started proving you wrong, and the only thing you could come
Appreciate that, mustache. Thank you so much.
the only thing you could come up with was just to make fun of me.
I don't even know how that was making fun of you. I literally just got up to go grab something real quick.
You just said
But, yeah.
you just said you did the same thing as I did. Just leave.
Yeah, bruv.
Yeah, that's making fun of me.
Oh no, not engage with what you were saying. Sorry, that's what I was talking about.
Sure, same thing. Anyway, George Lucas, I saw it in an interview. He admitted he got the idea from Star Wars. I mean, the Sith and the Jedi and all that Darth Vader stuff. He created that, but he got the ideas.
So he imagined it?
Yes, but he got the ideas from religions and politics. He got the ideas from other people's beliefs, such as religions. Darth Maul and Darth Sidious represent the devil because they're pure evil. Darth Maul represents the devil because...
Wait, can you give me evidence that he said that he represents the devil?
I saw it in an interview, he said it.
I'd have to go, what interview? Appreciate the handout, thank you.
Just an interview. I was watching a George Lucas interview, and that's what he said in the interview. He told me the origins of Star Wars and where he got all these ideas. And he said he got them from different religions and beliefs and stories over the centuries. And he just combined it all into one and decided to add the whole sci-fi thing onto it. So that was gotten from a religion.
Yo, sci-fi guy, right? Like my point, this is actually where you get the information from, isn't it? Because you're like a sci-fi guy. Well, I meant like Star Wars. I fucking love Star Wars. So, yeah. So like my point would be is that this is all going to come from some sort of imagination. I don't think that there was evidence of these particular things necessarily speaking.
What? That you don't know where he got his own stories from, even though I literally just said I saw it in an interview.
I don't know if you're telling the truth.
Just look up George Lucas interview, okay?
I will, but I mean, I
don't know what the interview was called.
I can't determine that.
But if you watch enough interviews, you'll see it.
Appreciate the paper crane. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's like extraordinarily vague. That's why I don't necessarily trust the claim.
Well, just look it up. Just look up. Idiot leaves again. I know. Just look up.
Bro, what? Okay, do you want to justify that claim?
No,
you called me an idiot. I want to hear the justification.
I thought you left. That's why I called you an idiot.
Do you want to justify that though?
What? Are you leaving?
No, me being an idiot.
I just said I thought you were an idiot because I thought. I mean, you are an idiot, but I thought you'd left.
That's so tell me why you think that.
Okay, I'm telling you something that I saw, and you're telling me that what I saw didn't happen. Like, how would you know what I'm...
Okay, I'm going to tell you, all right, me and the 2,000 people in the chat, right, we all saw a floating pig. Okay? And people in the chat are going to all say in the chat that they saw a floating pig right now, okay? Do you believe us?
No, because that's stupid.
Look at all the people that saw the floating pig. Serious.
An interview about...
Look at it. Serious, dude. Seriously, look at all the people who were saying that they saw a floating pig.
Shut up a minute. Seen an interview about...
Dude, what are you talking about? Every single person in this chat, dude, they saw a floating pig. It was really cool, right? We will attest to it, right? We have literal people in the chat right now that will literally say that they did this.
Shut the fuck up and listen to me.
Don't disrespect the floating pig.
Seeing an interview about George Lucas is more believable than seeing some kind of flying pig. Look up George Lucas interview about Star Wars.
Well, I will go find. I'm not dude. I'm not disputing that in that sense. I'm just saying that like if you just make a claim that you saw something, that doesn't mean it's true.
Well, just look up George Lucas interview.
Wait, do you believe us? Do you believe me?
Obviously not. You don't believe that.
Yeah, obviously I don't. So do you believe me?
No, I don't.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's just stupid though.
Exactly what I think.
No, I mean, you're being stupid. You're saying that I didn't see an interview and that if I did really see that interview, you really did see the flying pig. How does that make sense?
No. Me and all the people in the chat, they literally saw the floating pig.
Oh my god. Fucking idiot.
Are you denying our experience?
What?
Are you...
Okay. No, look it up. If you didn't look it up, then it's proved.
Dude, I'll look it up here in a bit. I'm not disputing it that hard, bro. I don't care.
You are. You're literally telling me I'm lying and telling me what I saw.
No, I'm not telling you that you're lying. I'm saying that I don't have good reason to believe you.
How? How?
Well, because I just said it because you just made the claim. I have to go find it. I have to go look at it.
Okay, go look at it. Go look up George Lucas interview about Star Wars Origins.
I can't do it right now. I clearly can't do it right now.
Okay, I feel like you're not going to do it at all, just in case I'm right, just so you
Latricia, by the way, thank you for the Cash App, and also no longer active. I appreciate the Anthony. I appreciate the Cash App as well. Say what you're saying.
I feel like you're just not going to look it up, just out of spite, to say, oh my god, what if it's right? What if there really was an interview? Like, why wouldn't you believe me about an interview of George Lucas? Why wouldn't you believe that?
Because people make claims in my life all the time.
And you clearly tell
But I don't really have good evidence, right? But I'll go look for it. It's really not that big of a deal, dude. It's literally a claim that, George Lucas
telling
made.
me that I'm wrong, telling me that I didn't see something, didn't watch something that I did watch.
I didn't tell you didn't watch it, by the way.
Yeah, those were your exact words. Your first words were, I don't think that happened. It didn't happen. That's pretty much what you said, telling me that I'm lying.
What was I referring to? I don't think I was referring to that. Maybe I'm mistakenly. I don't remember saying that, right? But maybe I did. I don't know.
You did. Those were your words. That didn't happen. Anyway, back to the whole religion thing.
Cheerio.
Back to the whole religion thing. People.
Idiot.
Yeah. What? What was that?
Idiot. Sorry, nothing.
What are you talking? What the fuck are you doing? What was that? What was that noise you made?
Idiot.
You are making fun of me, aren't you?
No, I'm not. What are you talking about?
Yes, you are. You just called me an idiot.
No. You call me idiot.
What the fuck?
No, it's not. I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm calling you. You called me an idiot.
I did.
So I was just saying idiot.
I didn't. You're making fun of me.
I mean, you're the one calling me an idiot. So the fuck? I'm gonna. Yeah, clearly, I'm gonna say idiot right after you say that, right?
I didn't say
it's Tuesday, innit?
Okay, you're the one calling me a liar. You're the one who called me.
I'm literally not, dude. Come on, bro. Like, come on. Those are like my favorite jokes to make, bro. It's like bro. Come on.
You enjoy this, don't you? Trying to put people down.
Cheerio. Appreciate that. The night helmet. Thank you so much.
Okay, I didn't say idiot. I said idiot.
It's pretty funny, isn't it? I'm sorry. I love British slang. It's so fun to say. It's actually pip 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 pip.
What the fuck are you talking about? If you're British, are you British?
Yeah.
Well, that explains your rudeness. You British have a thing for that.
You're British too, right?
Nope. My dad's.
What are you?
I'm American.
That's bullshit.
How would you know?
Because, right, like, think of a little crown. I appreciate it. Like, I don't know, like, anyone in America that has that accent, right? I'm just not gonna.
I just told you.
I'm not gonna hold the idea that you can have a British accent while in the United States. That's not possible.
How is it not possible? You have a British accent. You just moved to America with your British accent.
Dude, how do you not know I'm joking? Like, dude, how do you, like, I can't even fathom the fact that you think I'm being serious there. Like.
No, you're just being stupid.
Clearly, that was the joke, dude.
No, I mean, you literally can't see how a British person, how someone in America can't have a British accent. Like, that doesn't make sense.
No shit, dude, I'm joking.
No, you're not.
I appreciate the elephant. Thank you so much.
Are you actually that arrogant? Ignorant? Are you actually that dumb? Do you really not know that much?
No, I don't know that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
No, I think it's kind of funny that you actually think I believe that. Yes.
No, you do believe it. I can tell a stupid person when I see it, just by looking at you. Okay? You clearly didn't get enough good grades at school, did you?
What was your GPA?
What?
Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. What was your GPA?
I don't know what that is. We don't have that in America.
Grade point average? You don't have that in America?
No,
I live in America.
We don't call it a GP. We don't call it GP whatever you call it.
So you're not American?
No.
I fucking knew it. I fucking was right. Yo, let's go. W's in the chat. Let's fucking go, chat. Let's go.
You don't call it what you British people call it.
Dude, I'm not British, dude.
You
Holy
just said-
fuck, dude.
You said you were.
Ethnically speaking, I'm British.
What?
Right? I'm not like nationality British. I live in
country
Los
are you
Angeles.
What country are you in right now?
United States. I live in Los Angeles.
No, you don't.
I don't?
No, you don't. I don't
So real,
believe
dude.
you. I'll need to see proof of it, as you say. You could just be making a claim, as you
Valerie, I
say.
appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Well, I guess you're going to always have to like hope to get that proof, you know?
Yeah.
So like, wait, did you get all the highest grades?
No, I got average grades, B's and A's. Some subjects I got B's, other subjects I got A's. I can tell you got F's. I can tell you got F's.
Dude, my GPA is 3.9, bro.
Sure it is.
It actually is.
No, I bet if I went to your school and asked what grades you really were, they'd say either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Okay? Anyway, you British people are all the same.
So real, dude.
Yeah.
In it, bruv.
Is that really how you speak?
Yeah, dude.
Idiot. Okay.
Idiot.
Again, I said idiot, okay? You're deliberately doing
Idiot.
that.
Sorry, my bad.
Yes, I didn't say idiot. And stop making fun of me, too.
Dude, you're the one calling me an idiot.
I didn't say idiot. You're making fun of yourself now. I said idiot.
Dude.
I said idiot.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of fun.
You're still making fun of me.
You called me an idiot.
I didn't say idiot. I didn't say idiot at all. You were the one saying idiot.
Well, I didn't. You did. Come on.
No, you did.
Be for real.
I am being for real. You're accusing me of saying things I didn't say.
Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much, Josh. No, you did.
I didn't. Okay, now you're trying to tell me what I said. I know what I said, and I know what I didn't say. Who the hell do you think you are?
You don't know what you said.
I do know what I said because I'm the one who said it.
No, you don't.
I'm the one who said it. I know exactly.
Gaslighting is not real. Like you're crazy.
You're crazy. You're trying to
Like
insist.
you're
I don't know what I
you're
said.
crazy.
You're trying to insist I don't know what I said.
What are you talking about? Yeah, maybe it's a little too early for this. I'm just trolling, of course. I'm just trolling.
I know. With the whole flying pig crap. When you
No, come on. I literally just come on, man.
No.
Thank you for the hanging lights. I appreciate Gerald. Thank you so much.
Because I saw the comments before, they were all talking about flying pigs when you said, oh, everyone in the comments is going to say they saw a flying pig.
They did see a flying pig.
No,
dude.
they
Are
didn't.
you?
No, they didn't.
How do you know that they didn't see a flying pig?
How do you know that I didn't see a George Lucas interview?
Exactly.
Just look it up. Just look it up. George Lucas interview about Star Wars Origins, and then you'll get that. You'll get the interview. Are you going to look it up?
Yeah, no, I will find it.
Okay.
Can you say it, like idiot one more time?
Nah, you've been bullying me too much.
Come on, bro. Like you're literally the one that insulted me.
You insulted me.
And like, no, the funny thing is, no, you actually are the one that insulted me, and me saying idiot, right, apparently is worse.
You've
right?
been bullying me this entire time.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on.
Come on. No, you have been.
No, I'm serious, bro. You actually literally
that a
called me an
lot.
idiot.
You try to gaslight people, don't you?
And
Okay.
I was clearly trolling, right? I mean, I was even saying it in a way that was like, I literally changed my, I just changed my, like, my tone when I speak that way. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe
You didn't. It's
maybe I'm just in my own head.
It is. I think a lot of things are in your own head.
So real, dude. So real. Right. You know what else I think is in your head?
I don't care.
Your belief in God.
No, I think it's in your head. The fact that you think you're right all the time.
I don't.
You do. You clearly do. You're a narcissist. Do you not know what a narcissist is? Look it up.
Can you define that to me?
It's someone who thinks they're always right and has this huge ego. Do you know what an ego is? Look that up too.
No, what's an ego?
I honestly can't tell if you're joking or not. But I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't joking, because like I said, you look stupid and you sound stupid.
Don't
Yeah.
bully me. I'm sorry. Please, bro.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Dude, you're the one that literally insulted me, and apparently it's me. Apparently I'm the fucking bully because I literally am. I just got victimized by you, dude.
You were calling me a liar, telling me that I didn't watch something.
Dude, what are you talking about? I literally did. Okay, I said that I don't have the ability to justify that.
No, you literally.
I said I don't have good reason to trust that. That's literally what I
I was
said.
lying. The first thing you said was it wasn't true. That was the first thing you said. That it wasn't
Yeah. Me
true.
saying that I wouldn't consider it to be true isn't saying that you're lying. It just means that I don't have evidence to consider it to be true.
No, you didn't say you don't consider it to be true. Your exact words were, "That's not true. I need proof." That the first thing you said.
Yeah, like it's not going to be true. I'm not going to. Me saying that's not true, and I'm not going to consider that to be true. Same thing.
Yeah, but how would you know if it's not true?
Yeah, because I don't have reason to believe that it's true. It's not going to be true until I have reason to believe it's true.
No, it is. It's just you're not going to believe it's true. Just because you don't believe something doesn't make it not true. It's just your opinion. If it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not true. The fact that you think it's not true until you believe it is a sign of narcissism. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying that I don't consider it to be true. It's not going to be true under my view until I have evidence or reason. That's not narcissistic. That's saying I require evidence to believe things to be true. You clearly don't understand narcissism. That like literally made no sense, dude. That was a wild take to call me a narcissist because I said that I don't consider something to be true. That's fucking wild, dude.
Because you called me a liar.
Okay. Even if I did call you a liar, right? That doesn't even justify that I'm a narcissist. Like, by the way.
Okay, whatever. I'm out.
No. Give me the conditions of why I'm a narcissist.
I just told you. You told me I was lying. You told me something that was true wasn't true. And so
me saying that that's not true, right? Again, is relating to the idea that I don't have evidence of that assertion.
Yes, but I do have evidence of it. Because
okay, so what is the evidence?
The evidence was that I was the one who witnessed it.
I witnessed a floating pig.
No, you didn't. Because now
I did.
No, you're just being a smart ass.
Wait. Why are you calling me a liar? Maybe you're a narcissist.
No, you're the narcissist. Don't try to...
You just called me a liar. You're the narcissist, remember? Remember, you call someone else a liar. That means that they're a narcissist.
Don't turn the blame on me, you idiot.
Well, why not?
Because it's called gaslighting. You're trying to gaslight me.
I'm gaslighting?
You're trying to.
The here was not gaslighting, right? Earlier, I was joke gaslighting. Here, I'm not gaslighting.
So
I'm using your own reasoning.
Joke gaslighting. It's still gaslighting.
Yeah. I literally clarified that I was joking.
Yeah, but you said you were joke gaslighting. That's still a form of gaslighting.
Yeah, but it's in a joking manner.
Anyway, I'm out.
Come on. Actually, though, give me the reason why I'm a narcissist. Because your reasoning there, right, entailed that you're a narcissist.
I just told you the reason, and you literally just ignored it.
You called me. What you called me a narcissist for would then mean that you're a narcissist because you said that I was lying. You said that everyone else in the chat was lying. When we said that we saw a floating pig, you literally were saying that we're lying. You're gaslighting us.
What I said
under your own view, by the way, not my view.
Okay, what I said was realistic. What you said isn't.
How? Wait. Why is one realistic and the other one isn't? Come on. Oh, fuck, he left, dude. Chat. Damn it. Damn it. Come on, bro. Don't leave, bro. Don't leave. Why'd you run again? Chat, everyone, we're going to go on to the next person. Tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you want to help get out to more people, share the live. Let's try to get to the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. We're just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, what's up, bro? I'm 19.
Yeah, do you think that God exists?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, why so?
Wait, you wouldn't have a Bible on you, would you? You got a Bible on you?
Yeah.
Search
I can't hear you when you're paused, by the way. In the meantime, everyone tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. Keep sharing the live. Everyone will help get it out to more people. You already know the deal. You already know the deal. We're going to be on until 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time today, y'all.
You ready?
Yeah.
Revelation 16 verse 12.
Revelations 16:12. And are you driving, by the way?
Yeah.
You can't drive. It's TikTok TOS, man. TikTok TOS. You can't drive, everyone. TikTok TOS. We got to go into the next person. By the way, everyone, we might get like 1 or 2 more people on this topic, and then we might switch to a different one. We'll see how it goes, everyone. Let me get to the next person though, real quick, everyone. Keep tapping that screen though. Keep tapping that screen, y'all. Quick. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo.
Hello?
You hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 20.
For sure. Do you believe in God?
Before I didn't believe, but now I believe for many reasons already.
So why do you believe?
Well, let's try to imagine who created this world. Or where we live now.
Okay, I'm imagining.
Yeah, so something exists, so someone has to create that, right?
God exists, therefore God needs to be created.
That you saying that God, He's also created is not even, I don't know how to say.
Hey man, it sounds like there's a pretty big language barrier here. Maybe we could try to talk a different time or something like that. I don't know particularly if we'd be able to have a conversation here. Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much, Isaiah King.
No, it's fine, but I want to ask you that if God didn't exist, and this world, how it's became, like, who created it, or how it became, how we live here, like.
Yeah, we can be explained in terms of our existence by a naturalistic explanation, right? It could be the case that, say, a prior state of fundamental particles had the necessary properties to bring about this reality rather than another one, right? So like that clearly can be true, right? A naturalistic explanation.
I don't know what to say.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. It was good talking to you. Thank you so much, bro. All right, we're gonna go to the next person. Only send a guest request. If you disagree, tap that screen. Sci-fi, send a guest request. I see you in the chat. Send a guest request, bruv.
Yo,
what's up? How old are you?
I'm 16.
You got to be 18 plus to join the live. TikTok rules. TikTok rules, everyone. 18 plus TikTok rules, y'all. Bruv, send a guest request, bruv. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
For sure. Do you think that God exists?
Yeah, for sure.
Why so?
Do you believe in the devil?
No.
So there's clearly evil in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the opposite of evil?
Good.
And who's good?
Me. You got an argument, bruv? Any arguments here? Hello? Are you there, bro? You're bruv, you're muted, man. Definitely not you. If you can't say people like me or people like who would be in the chat in general terms would be good people, I don't know what you mean by good then. I don't know what you mean. All right, we're gonna go to the next person. We're gonna try to get a debate real quick, everyone. Nobody's quote unquote good. That's nonsense. Okay. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 34.
For sure. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
I just wanted to say one thing. You said that God has to be created, but why can't God be energy? The whole formula, that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So why
Oh,
does
wait. So
God
you just
need to
believe
be...
God is the universe?
Yeah?
I'm not really concerned with debating that, but I appreciate coming on. All right, everyone. Only send a guest request if you disagree. That's just compatible with atheism. So we're going to go on to the next person, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18,
What's your birth year?
1997.
$1997. Bro gave my sister's birthday. I'm sorry. I don't know why that was so funny, chat. I just dropped a tear, dude. That was actually really funny. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
No, come on. Bro. What's your birth? Oh my god, dude. Please. Like, can children just not be allowed on the app? Can children please just not be allowed on the app? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm almost 28.
For sure. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, why so?
So I'll get right to that point. First, I'm going to ask a couple of questions. One being, do you believe in the game of telephone and how that works?
Yeah.
So you do know that through a game of telephone, the more there is people, the more communication gets mixed up, correct? So the context never stays the same, correct?
It can stay the same, right? But it's unlikely.
So, do you know of the Dead Ancient Sea Scrolls?
I've heard of them, yeah.
So the Dead Ancient Sea Scrolls are on museum in Israel. That is the original Old Testament. Now, when you compare that context from so long ago with today's King James Version of the Bible, how is it that the context is still the same?
Because that can happen.
Over thousands and thousands of years?
And by the way, the context is different, right?
No.
There absolutely is different interpretations and different aspects of the scripture that would relate to the different types of translations and stuff like that, the different versions, right? They're just minuscule in terms of like the differences. Like it's like 98 something percent similarity, right? But there are distinctions.
So
like literally
how
no scholar is going to tell you there's not a
only
distinction.
heard
That's just not true.
Sea Scrolls, though.
What's that?
Said, how would you know that if you've only heard of the Dead Ancient Sea Scrolls? You've only heard of them, so you don't...
Name to me one scholar that makes this claim that they are the exact same.
If you look up, I don't remember the guy's name, but Joseph Smith versus the Holy Bible. That guy that they talk to in there is an expert on the Holy Bible. That is where you could look.
That's from Mormon. Let's talk about Mormonism.
No, that is talking about Mormonism versus the Holy Bible. I had done studying on that.
Mormonism, they believe in the Bible, right? They just believe in a new revelation.
What they believe is that the Book of Mormon is the lost written book that was supposed to be a part of the Holy Bible, and say that it goes hand in hand with each other when it doesn't. They contradict each other.
So what's the contradiction?
Between the Book of Mormon and the Holy Bible?
Yeah, the rest of the Bible, yeah.
The contradiction is, in Deuteronomy, there's a verse that gives you the test of the prophet. Now, what they say is that if a prophet makes a prediction, in order to be a prophet of God, every prediction you make cannot be wrong. So you put that test of the prophets to test the prophets in the Book of Mormon.
Oh, okay, wait, so I have a question, right? When Jesus made a claim that the mustard seed is the smallest seed in the world or on earth, right? Was that a false claim?
When did he do that? I don't have any knowledge of that.
I can give you. It's from Mark. Mustard seed, Mark. Hold up. 1 second. Yeah, but it's not the smallest seed in the world, right? And in Mark 4:30 through 32, right, it makes a claim that that it is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth, which is false. So if God is all knowing, right, God just contradicted himself.
So now this is where I'm going to change things up for you, okay? Because Jesus is not necessarily God. He is the Son of God. And Jesus was a human when he was down here on earth. I'm talking about a prediction from God. God had spoken to a man and had told him what was going to happen. So when God had spoken to Micah in the Holy Bible, he said that Jesus will be born in Bethlehem. In the Book of Mormon, Alma states that Jesus will be born in Jerusalem.
Are we going to ignore the contradiction?
I'm going to ignore the fact that you are trying to claim that Jesus is God when he is the Son of God.
So you don't believe Jesus is God?
I believe he is the Son of God. I believe in the Trinity, and I believe that he has, how do I want to say it? He has a separation from God when he comes to earth.
So it's not God.
There's God the Father, there is Jesus, the Son of the Father, and then there is the Holy Spirit.
Is that the Trinity?
Yes.
3 in 1?
Yes.
So you believe that Jesus is God?
I guess, yes, you could go that way.
Holy fuck, dude. I'm sorry, but you literally just disputed that.
You're an asshole?
No, you just disputed that. Come on, bro. You just disputed that. You said that what I said was not true, right? Because I'm saying that Jesus is God under your view, right? But you believe Jesus is God under your view.
But is Jesus a prophet? That's what I'm getting at, though. I'm not
saying that Jesus is a prophet, right? What I'm saying is Jesus is all-knowing under your view.
Listen, I'm not as well versed in the Bible yet, but I am getting there. I am studying, but what I'm trying to get across, though, is you asked a question, I'm trying to answer it, and you wanted to interrupt me with something from Mark to do with the mustard seed from how many years ago? I didn't even get to finish telling you where I got my idea from, my opinion. Okay? First of all, to the rest of the Christians here, and yourself, I'd like to even know what is the point of even having this debate? Prove to me that God exists. Why does anyone need to prove to you that God exists? If you don't believe and you don't care to believe, why waste your time? Because, and to the rest of the Christians on here, read the book of James. The book of James says to lead by example. If Parker has no intentions of believing in God and just wants to argue against other Christians that believe in God and wants to shoot down our faith, then why are we trying to force it down his throat? The book of James clearly says to lead by example, not to try to force and change somebody else's opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and everybody should be respectful of that opinion.
I would like to be able to rationalize beliefs like this, but I don't think that I can rationalize it. And I think that's an issue. And I think that if we hold beliefs in which we cannot rationalize, that ultimately speaking to great society, that influences the legislation people vote for, that influences the conspiracies that people believe in. Because if there's not a way to differentiate between a truthhood and a falsehood, right, then there's not actually a reliable method to determine truth, right? That's an issue, okay? And that issue exists whenever you justify notions of faith. So if you think that you don't have to prove things in order to believe in them and to be justified, well, then that's going to have huge negative impacts on society. You think it's just as justified for you to believe that your God exists as someone believing that Ben 10 created the universe by hitting his Omnitrix.
I believe in my God and I believe in my faith because that's what I grew up in. That's what I know. There's historical facts that back it, like the Dead Ancient Sea Scrolls, and that's where I'm going to stick my belief. What I don't like is when people try to change my belief. What's the problem with my opinion? I keep it to myself for the most part. The only reason I wanted to jump on this is because I get sick and tired of seeing people hop on here and just get treated like crap because they don't agree with your opinion. Why do you feel like you have to force your opinion on the whole world just so that everybody agrees? Because I'm sure you would love it if everybody just agreed with you, right?
When it relates to this, I think that it would be better if people had critical thinking processes, right? And there's some Christians out there that I believe do have critical thinking processes. I don't think it's common amongst Christians, but yeah, I do think that it exists amongst some Christians, some individuals, right? And you can actually have like legitimate debates about evidence and stuff like that when it relates to those conversations, right? But here clearly speaking, we don't have that, right? And if you think that you aren't going to be influencing anyone, it's not going to be negatively impacting you or society, then you didn't listen to what I just said at all, right? Because the idea is that when you normalize holding beliefs with absolutely no evidence, right, that normalizes ideas like people being able to hold to QAnon conspiracy theories, being able to hold to the election being stolen with absolutely no evidence, right? These have real fucking impacts on our society. That's why we have these conversations. That's why it's really important to have these conversations, because we can't just feel like we want to believe in anything we want to, right? Because then again, what's stopping me from believing that Stewie Griffin created the universe through a temporal loop? There's nothing, right? It's just as justified as the standpoint that you just gave to me, right? I'm not joking. I'm not trying to use that as like some sort of way to like dog on people or to put people down or to be rude to people. I'm being genuine with you. I'm being brutally fucking honest. I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. If you can't take the brutal honesty, right, you can scroll off the live. That's totally up to you. That's your choice, right? That's why I wouldn't just go up to someone on the street and say this. That's why, again, you can scroll off my lives. You can do whatever, right? That's the whole point of these things.
TikTok doesn't do it. I've tried to do it with a few other people. I've literally
scroll off.
Yeah, I would click hide
Scroll
on the hide, and then but I constantly always end up scrolling past it. But and that's annoying to me.
Then block them. There are many people that I see literally just scrolling on my For You page that have literally blocked me.
All right.
If you really don't like me that much, you can block me, right? But like, I don't think that what I do here is so rude or so mean that like you would feel like you need to block me. I feel like a need to block me comes from the fact that you can't address your own like belief system. I really do. Cause like, I don't think that I'm on here like treating people in such a negative and harmful way that it would posit that response.
So let me ask you one more question before I leave. What if, and just stick with me on this hypothetically, okay? What if it came to the day that it was your time and you're in another part of life now where you've passed on from your flesh and you found out that it was real? How would you feel? That is my question. I'm asking about your feeling in a hypothetical moment like that. How would it make you feel?
I'd be like, fuck, I'm wrong.
I know. But I mean, no.
I think that's unlikely, John. I really do think it's unlikely. I think that there are contradictions with the worldview. If I could rationalize it, I would like to rationalize it. I'd love for my grandparents right now to still be alive in heaven. I'd love for the fact that when my parents pass away, that they're still going to be there, right? I would love for all those things to be true, but I cannot rationalize
The Holy Bible isn't meant to have every last thing to prove to things, or we can only trust science. But when you decide you actually want to have a relationship with him is when you actually have the experience of getting to know him, and then you can also feel the Holy Spirit moving through you as well.
For me to want to have a relationship with an individual, I have to know that they exist. I can't want to have a relationship with someone without knowing that they exist. Like prior to knowing the people who I'm friends with now, I couldn't have wanted to have a relationship with them before I even knew that they existed. Like my friend Matt, right? I can't want to be friends with Matt before I know Matt exists.
See, now, the next thing I want to say is that there's also testimonies. I've heard many testimonies that are just, it's weird how it happens. I have my own testimonies. Every time I've ever stuck to the Holy Bible and stuck to my path and my faith, as my life has gone good, everything's gone okay. But as soon as I'm not sticking to that path and following to that, or practicing my faith, and then I'm indulging in the things that God considers sins, then my life starts to go to fucking hell. So there's that. And
my friend turned to Christ, right? And he like had a spiritual experience. He turned to Christ, right? And he's going through exorbitant pain right now. Literally every single day he wakes up, he goes through exorbitant pain, right? No one can figure out what's wrong with it, right? That's what happened when he started believing in God. So these things are just correlations. They're associations. It does not mean that one caused the other.
then there's also the fact that when you do start to, and it happens at first, because I also went through some pain and also some emotional suffering when I first started to dive into my faith. Now, a friend that has told me is that when you first start trying to have a relationship with God, that the devil is not going to be okay with that. He's going to come gunning for you. He's going to challenge you and test you. He is going to push you because he doesn't want you to have a relationship with God. So he is going to. Long as he's winning and God doesn't get to have a relationship with the people he loves, that's all the devil cares about. The devil will create misconception and manipulation.
So how do you know that the book that you believe in isn't manipulation if you just use the standard of faith? Because that's exactly my point, is that if you can't make a differentiation between a true and a false claim, then you don't know if the devil is deceiving you or not.
That is a complication, and it is a thought that I deal with a lot. I believe
that's why you require evidence, and that's why God couldn't just put your salvation up to just a random choice, because then you're just as likely to be deceived by the devil as you are by God.
The best thing I got to help me defer what book to read or what to believe in is just based on some of the historical things like the Dead Ancient Sea Scrolls. But one thing another Christian had told me as well, it doesn't matter what religion you follow. At the end, it's really what God knows your heart. And we are all born sinners, and we can only do the best that we can. We have emotions, and we do go through things. I go through them. I get temperamental. I'm not going to lie. I was talking a lot of shit in the chat, mainly because I was pissed off at something else, and I just decided this is where I was going to take it out on. But so I do apologize for that. But
no, I get it. I'm used to that type of stuff. I'm able to realize that that's oftentimes the case, right? It like to be real, right? When it does relate to like the internet, we oftentimes might respond that way because we have preconceived notions about a particular person due to the past experiences that we have with other people. Right, and we oftentimes take those experiences and then we just like for example, this is a common example I like to give to people, right? Like, oftentimes, like the advice I'm going to give to people, like my friends, when they ask for like relationship advice, is going to be things that relate to like issues that I've gone through, right? Like if I went through a situation where like I was cheated on or something like that, I might be more inclined to tell like a friend that they're being cheated on in a particular circumstance, and maybe they are, maybe they're not, right? But the idea is that I'm giving them like advice that is particularly in relation to like my experiences. Well, and the same thing's true when it relates to like when we respond to people on lives or when we engage like emotionally towards people, right? We're oftentimes taking responses that we have, whether it be emotional or not, right, to different types of experiences in our past, right? And then we're applying that in this particular circumstance. That's a general human thing to do, right? It's nothing like surely bad. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you're a terrible fucking person, right? Everyone does it.
Yeah. Well, I do got to say I appreciate you, being able to have a calm debate here with me and not be a jerk about certain things. So I do appreciate and thank you for that. And that kind of gives me a different perspective about you. With that being said, to each their own. And you've given me a different perspective. So I hope you have a great day, and to the rest.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, Sean. Have a good day, bro.
You too.
All right, everyone, we're going to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request. If you disagree, tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you disagree, do send a guest request, but we're going to go on to the next person. Everyone, again, if you disagree, you already know the deal. Share the live as well. Let's try to get to 500 shares, everyone. You already know the deal. All right, everyone. All right. I do the British accent stuff too much. Chat, it's actually unbelievable. I don't know. Maybe it's just I just like the way it sounds. Is that just me? Is that just me, chat? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Someone said, does Parker think that Korn is cheating? I'm kind of agnostic on that right now. I think I might be leaning towards it. I don't know. Not like it's definitely like micro cheating. If it were, it's not like full on the other type of stuff. I'm not quite sure. I don't know.
Wait, are you agnostic
Yo, what's
yourself?
up? How old are you?
I'm 32.
Yeah, I am agnostic. Do you believe in God?
Okay. No, I'm agnostic myself. I was just wondering what your belief system was and if you actually read upon all the religions.
If I read on all the religions. Wait, sorry. I want to respond to the chat first. Chat, right? It just depends on like the rules of the relationship. Like clearly, if someone's established rules in a relationship that they don't want you doing that clearly is cheating. Right? I don't know what people are talking about, but yeah. Sorry. Say what you're saying. What was your question?
Okay, so have you read upon all the religions? Like, have you gone through the religions and studied them?
If you've gone through, have I gone through religions and studied them to particular degrees? Yeah.
Okay, so have you seen how they all correspond to one?
Hold up. Let me respond to the chat. I will say this in a second. Why did he just leave? I didn't kick him out, everyone. I didn't kick anyone out. He just left. So yeah, I was saying I'm agnostic on it when it relates to like my own relationship. Like I don't really have an issue with it when it relates to my own relationship. But yeah, if it's established rules in the relationship, that would be cheating. Fuck, that's hard to explain. Fuck, that is yeah, it's crossing a boundary, not cheating. Well, isn't that technically what cheating is in that sense? If it relates to like intercourse and stuff, I don't know. Is like emotionally cheating? I think it is. It just depends what our definitions are. That's really all it is. All right. Does anyone remember that person's name? I actually don't remember. Yo, Joshua, I appreciate the heart. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's different. I don't know. I do about emotional cheating. Yeah, for sure. Cheating can be crossing a boundary, but boundary crossing isn't necessarily cheating. I agree. That's kind of what I was saying. I was saying that it's a boundary. Like, I mean, that cheating is a boundary that you're crossing. All right, let's get the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. We're just looking for some debates. Tap that screen, everyone. Let me up. I have a debate. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 35.
For sure. Do you believe in God?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why so?
So, like before, what were you saying about the mustard seed? I think you made a claim there.
Yeah, Mark, what was it? Mark, let me pull it up. Mark 4:30 through 32. Jesus, according to Mark, says, according to the book, says that the mustard seed is the smallest seed on earth.
The smallest seed on earth?
Yeah.
I got smaller than all the other seeds. That was the translation.
Yeah, that's a different verse. So like, so there are different accounts for these events, and different translations and stuff.
Right.
So like, I mean, this is one that's in Mark. Are you disputing Mark?
Well, I mean, I know this is referred to a few times, but Jesus was actually referring to Palestinian lands. He wasn't referring to the smallest seed on earth.
Then why does it say on earth?
It doesn't. It doesn't say it on earth. Well, what version of the Bible is that? Because there's multiple translations.
New International Version.
Yeah, okay, is that Nuvi? Yeah, okay, yeah, that leaves tons of stuff out. I mean...
What do you want me to go to then?
Go to the original, King James.
King James isn't the original.
Well, it's close to it.
But I'll
if you want to go to the original, go ahead. I mean, I'm saying that the translation I have is not what you mentioned. So basically what Jesus was doing was he was referring to the seeds within the land that the farmers had sown. Either here nor there, right? We could interpret this left or right. You know that.
For some reason, it's not giving me KJ.
See, a lot of times,
I think that you can try to explain it away, right?
Yeah,
but,
I mean
think
exactly,
here,
and that's what logical people do is they'll find something and they'll have a preconceived bias and then they'll try to explain it to where their point.
So here in the King James, authorized King James version, it says is less than all the seeds that be in the earth.
Right.
So that's extremely like I feel like that might be like a translation.
Yeah,
sort of
so
thing.
that could be interpreted.
Because that doesn't really make any
right?
sense. I appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. But less than all the seeds on the earth. What do you mean? What would you take that as?
That could be interpreted multiple ways. So
Give me one way that's possible.
sure, within the land that Jesus had lived in and walked and been in, right? The air that he was in, right? I mean, the mustard seed was the smallest seed in that land. And that's why Jesus was referring to it. He wasn't.
No. I'm talking about this one particularly, like in this King James version, right? The where it says that it's less than all the seeds that be in the earth. What does it mean?
Less than all. So he's saying small. He's talking about
He's the smallest on earth.
Size of it, right within the area.
Oh, if it's talking about it's less than all the seeds that be in the earth, then it's saying it's a small seed in the earth.
In the area which he was in, Parker.
It does not say area. It says in the earth.
So right. It doesn't say area, but what people have when they look at it and they read it and they interpret this, Jesus was never anywhere else except the area which he was in, right? He wasn't.
But Jesus knows that I'm going to be from the United States. I'm going to read this, right, and that I am going to interpret in this way. It's not just specific to that area.
So you interpret it differently from me, right? That's what I'm saying, is you're going to make a logical standpoint based on your belief, and I'm going to do the same thing. Jesus was speaking of the area in which he was at, and it was.
Then why do you say on the earth?
Within that area.
Then why was it about the earth? Why did it say earth?
About the earth. That's where he's on. He's on the earth, isn't he? About the earth.
In the earth, right? It's talking about the whole earth.
In the earth. No, did he say entire? Did he say entire?
He said in the earth. What other context could that be referencing? In the earth,
right? So the earth that he was on.
Here, I'll read the statement.
It didn't
off
say
again.
Entire earth, did it?
It is less than all the seeds that be in the earth.
That be in the earth, not the entire
Yeah.
earth.
Can you please explain to me how that would not mean in the entire
Parker,
earth?
I'm on the earth right now, right? I'm standing on it.
It's less than all other, right?
Okay. So would you?
It said less than all the seeds, so it did say all. Thank you very much. If you listened.
Yes, where he was at, Parker. Its location.
Oh my God, where does it say that? Tell me where it says that. It doesn't say that.
Parker,
there's not even a point here that you could infer that.
Right?
There's actually not even a point in the text where you could infer that. That's just you that's you not even relating to the text.
No, it's me you're trying to interpret what Jesus said and what was written in the Bible. Just like
what was written down. You're not interpreting what's written down. You're looking for anything that could try to make sense.
All the seeds, but it doesn't say it doesn't say entire earth.
It does say all. It says all.
Oh,
yes, it says all of the seeds that be in the earth.
All of the
seeds in the earth.
Right? Not the entire earth.
Wait, so if I give you a seed that's smaller than the mustard seed, hold up. If I give you a seed that's smaller than the mustard seed in the earth, would that mean that statement is wrong?
No, I wouldn't, because there's different seeds in different geographical locations. Within that area, the mustard seed is the smallest seed, Parker.
Again, it doesn't not ever specify in that area. Where do you infer that from?
I'm saying, this is geographically that the mustard seed, we're talking about Palestinian grounds where Jesus walked. Okay, it is the smallest seed.
Again, it does not it literally doesn't specify that at all. It doesn't. Can you tell me what part of the verse where you get that inference from?
That the mustard seed is the smallest seed?
Yeah, no, that it's specific to that area, not in terms of all the seeds in earth.
We're talking about historically where Jesus was born, raised, and the earth that he walked on, Parker. The mustard seed is the smallest seed. It's geographically proven. What are you talking about? It's the smallest seed in the area. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's other seeds.
Where does it specify in the area? Where do you get the inference from in the area?
There's other seeds that are smaller, but not in the area where Jesus was walking, where the fields that were sowed by his own people. The mustard seed's the smaller seed, and that's why he made that statement. It's because it's the smallest seed within the area that was sown in the ground.
No. Wait, so what part of the verse are you referencing?
We're talking about the same verse, right?
Are there orchids in that area?
Are there what?
Are there orchids in that area?
No. Not in the area where Jesus was at. We're talking about Palestinian ground. We're talking about 2,000 years ago.
Are orchids in Palestine?
But either way, look, I don't want to.
36 species recorded in the area of historic Palestine are useful indicators of good ecosystem health because orchids are sensitive to biotic and abiotic factors. So there were orchid seeds there, and the orchid seeds are smaller.
Yeah,
so even if you're referencing a particular area, it's still smaller.
Right. So within the area that Jesus, that's what that verse alludes to. A lot of things, I feel like a lot of times, you don't even acknowledge the Bible as being factual. So there's no reason to talk about this. What eventually happens is you don't believe the Bible. It doesn't matter what is said. And the Bible wasn't even written for Christians. Like I hate when people get up here and talk about the Bible. Like it wasn't even written for you, okay? It was written for the people of that time, all right? So yeah, you could take things out of the Bible, but not everything in the Bible is directed towards you or towards Christians.
Oh, and I also want to address this, right? People who are saying that like earth means dirt, right? It would still be the same, right? Because, right, orchid seeds, right, are in the soil or in the dirt. Right, they drop down to that point. So like, yeah, I don't think that's a good argument either.
I just think we're going to have to disagree. But I think when
wait, where's the point to disagree? There's no point.
The point I'm disagreeing is Jesus made a statement, okay, and he was talking about the smallest seeds, all right. And
if you're talking about that specific area, there are 36 species of orchid seeds, which are mostly smaller than them, right? In historic Palestine.
But are orcas sown into the ground?
Wait, what do you mean by sown into the ground?
Like, were they planted like for crops? I don't know, Parker. I'm asking.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Wait, they can be planted.
2,000 years ago, that's what they did on Palestinian land.
No, by sown into the ground, that would just mean that some of them form into trees.
Farmers did that. That's why it's sown into the ground. Because farmers were planting them, Parker.
So what do you mean by sown?
When you're farming, Parker, you put seeds in the ground. They're saying you plant the seed. These are people planting the seeds in the ground.
Yeah, and you don't think that they planted orchids in that area?
No, not when we're talking about mustard seeds and orchid seeds. There's nothing that alludes to that had happened. If you could bring up some piece of literature.
I just gave you evidence that there are orchid seeds that are there.
Yeah,
how do you think the orchid seeds came about?
If you could show me some evidence where the Jewish people were sowing orchid seeds into the ground, I'd love to look at it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I just don't know. Like, we're talking about Jesus here, sowing the mustard seed, the smallest seed. Jesus alluded to it, and it's within the area that he was walking on, right? The Palestinian grounds where they sowed the seeds. But why are we even talking about this? Because it's not going to convince you, right? I'm just saying that there's a lot of verses that people allude to, such as yourself, okay, that they will take something and they will use it to their own rationale and then twist it to make it seem as if Jesus was inaccurate. And it's not true. The Bible wasn't.
I'm not shifting anything to make it seem like Jesus was inaccurate.
But you have a position.
Right? It's quite literally not the smallest seed on earth.
You're right.
You're trying to explain it away by using things that are not even within the context of your own Bible. Okay.
No.
So you're the one that's actually doing it, not me, right? I'm not the one trying to change the context. You are.
I'm
That's
not
fucking ridiculous.
The context.
No, you literally are. You're not using any of the verses to form an inference. You're just making a claim about it.
No, I'm saying you can't.
You're making a claim that it's specific to the area when it does not specify, it does not give any inference towards that. Right? Again, it specifically is relating to in the, like, all of the seeds in earth. Okay. So the orchid seed is a seed in earth, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly. Okay. So you're false. You're wrong. You're like literally just like, that's what it is. You can accept that. Or you can just try to do this thing where you're trying to like argue around it, which doesn't relate to the Bible.
No, what I'm saying is Jesus said that the mustard seed was smaller than all the other seeds. He was talking about the area.
All the other seeds in the earth.
See, that's not
in the earth.
Even if we put in the earth, it's the earth that he was at, Parker. When I talk about the earth, Parker, am I talking about, when I say I'm standing on the earth right now, am I talking about Japan or am I talking about the USA? I'm in the USA, Parker. I'm talking about where I'm at. And what you're trying to do is trying to say,
but you're still talking about on the earth.
And how do you know he meant the whole earth? Like, you don't know that. So why are you trying to act like you...
Because he said earth.
Was saying. You can't interpret
all seeds in the earth, right? That's literally talking about every single seed on planet earth.
Parker,
like, dude, what are you talking about, dude?
Parker, you know written language is when something is written and when the person's trying to read it, you know this, you're a smart guy. You have a 3.9 GPA, I think you said, that written language is one of the hardest languages to understand because you don't have the person's intention. You don't know what they meant behind it when they write it down, right? So we could just write the word fuck. Fuck could be a good fuck. It could be a bad fuck. It could be a sad fuck. Like, it's just the word itself could indicate multiple things if it's written down, unless you know the intention of the person who wrote it, Parker. So you could sit there and say the whole earth meant the whole earth, and I could say the earth meant the earth that he was standing on, the area, the geographical location where he was at, Parker. That's the argument that I'm making. So you're making an assumption just as well as I'm making an assumption, right? I mean, because we're both interpreting it differently based on what's written down.
No, you didn't even look at what's written down to interpret that. Dude, when you're talking about all of the seeds in earth, right, there is literally no other fucking way to interpret it.
Yeah.
You're trying to walk around something that is literally very fucking clear, dude. Very clear.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you because you know what? You're trying to interpret what is written down. Like you can look at things at face value, Parker, but
you can't even give me a possible interpretation given what's written in scripture. You're giving me something that doesn't relate to scripture. If you want to reject scripture, fine, be my guest. I think you should, right? I mean, that's not your worldview.
Right. So I'll be honest with you. The scripture's not written for us. A lot of Christians don't realize that.
That's incoherent. That's literally incoherent. Want to know why? Because why else would you write a Bible? Why else would you inspire a Bible?
See, the Bible was written for people of that time, Parker. It wasn't, the Bible, we could take.
So we shouldn't read the Bible. Wait, so we shouldn't read the Bible?
That might be what actually Jesus said and try to live a good life like Jesus
But we
said.
shouldn't read the Bible.
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't read the Bible. What I'm saying is it wasn't written for us. Like, it wasn't written for us. It was written for the Jewish people of that time, right? It wasn't written for our time, Parker. That's what I'm saying. So we could try to interpret it any which way we want, and it's going to be different from the actual intent of the scripture. But I don't.
Okay, so if you're agnostic on what you can determine in terms of any interpretation in scripture, it seems like we can't determine anything to be true.
Right.
With scripture. Yeah. So it seems like scripture is unreliable. Like, fuck.
Right. So that's your interpretation. There is scripture that is.
No, that's reliable. Not my interpretation. That's what you just said.
Yeah, there is scripture that is reliable. So, but
wait, how do you know? How do you know how to interpret it?
Is it meant for us? That's what I'm asking. First, you gotta ask, hey, is this?
No, how do you know how to interpret it? You remember you said that like different interpretations, you can't justify one over the other. So if you can't justify one over the other, again, there's no interpretation that you'd see to be justified.
Yeah, Parker, and you're playing into my point here. You're exactly right. There's no way to interpret it. People take their preconceived bias.
So the Bible's unreliable.
Right. And they'll play into it. Yeah.
Okay. W, dude.
So W for you too, man. We're saying.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the verse itself, you could interpret it multiple different ways. So I get what you're trying to do is, hey, this is the rationale. God doesn't exist. That verse is bullshit. So Jesus must be bullshit.
Actually, you reject Christianity. You think the Bible is unreliable.
No, I think the way people interpret the Bible is unreliable.
So the Bible itself is unreliable because we have no process to actually be able to access that information. Because it's all based on interpretation.
Let's bring it back, okay? If something is there, it exists, and it's real, and I interpret it to be something different, that means I'm unreliable. That doesn't mean the Bible's unreliable. That means that.
Okay. So, but there's no way that we could understand the Bible. So the Bible, it's like you using the Bible within a context to justify something. You can't do it because you can't interpret it.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the Bible anymore. I wanted to move from it.
So real.
You don't agree with it, and I think you're right for not agreeing with it. Because
it seems like you don't either.
Yeah, you have people, 90 different Christians coming on saying saying different things about the same exact verse. You want to know why? Because they don't have an understanding of it. They can't interpret it correctly. You want to know why? Because it's not written to them. But let's jump on something else a little bit more scientific, something that you...
Oh, wait, why does your bio say you're trolling, bro?
Huh?
Why does your bio say you're trolling, bro?
Oh, I used to be trolling for Jesus. That used to be my name. So I used to troll for Jesus, like I used to get on and talk about things. But listen, near-death experiences. Do you believe that?
Dude, I don't know, man. Dude, I don't know.
I'm not trolling, Parker. Near-death experiences. I can't troll with near-death experiences. Let's talk about.
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 27.
For sure. Do you believe in God?
Well, like, it's been kind of hard. Like, I don't mind, like, as long as you sleep happy and, like, you know, like, whatever you believe in, that's okay. Don't let anybody, like, tell you what to do or tell you what to stream. But, like, the thing is, like, right when he was, like, something about Christians, I just feel like all Christians are angry.
Wait, so do you believe in God?
Well, the thing is, I solved this like pyramid math puzzle, and I'm like kind of trending. And I don't really talk about it much because like I don't want to reach. I already have money. Like I don't need money.
Do you believe in God?
I've seen like, well, I died when I was born. You know, it's kind of hard to talk about. But, like, I feel like I remember.
The trolls are wild today, chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28. Hey, we talked earlier. I just wanted to say that I think what the guy you thought was trolling was trying to say was that the Greek word used for earth is meaning earth, land, or ground. And that the concept of like the planet Earth as a whole wasn't back then really understood like it was today. And so therefore there is an argument that Jesus is just talking about what's relevant to them at the time. Just like...
Wait, so I don't know about the relevant of the time. The dirt one we already responded to. Again, there are orchid seeds in the dirt. That's how they...
Right,
that's literally how they come about into trees.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that Jesus couldn't use a mustard seed to the people that were around him at the time to explain a simple principle.
But he's saying all seeds in the earth.
In the earth, the ground, the land, and the dirt around him at the time.
No, the earth, like in general, right? All seeds in the earth.
The earth in general, what does that mean to you in general?
It's literally all seeds in the earth. I don't know how you're interpreting that as like just the area that they're in.
Because they didn't have a full exploration of the whole planet at the time.
So, but God knows that this scripture isn't specific to the time.
It was.
It wasn't.
Then why didn't he talk about...
God is all-knowing.
Why didn't he talk about airplanes and helicopters?
Well, I mean, it wasn't something that, I mean, he had to tell people about, right?
Right.
Because it wasn't relevant to his narrative about salvation.
Okay, so the mustard seed served the purpose at teaching them about...
Yeah, but it's still a false claim, right?
It's not
like you can't make a false claim. Like even though God never, under your view, didn't talk about like airplanes and helicopters and stuff like that, right? God still, didn't like contradict himself about like helicopters or something like that, or airplanes.
Well, he's not contradicting himself about the mustard seed that they were planting in the ground.
Like if they were to make a claim that humans will never fly on Earth, would you say that they were just like saying at that time period in that specific area, or would you say that like they said that humans would never fly on Earth?
I would say that humans would never fly on Earth, not in that time period.
Okay, that's literally the exact same thing.
But I would leave there to be doubt that is it humans doing the flying, or is it a device that they go in that carries them that's flying? They're still... That would be
a valid concern. I agree with you, right? And I think that would just be either or, right? But like, that's not what we're talking about here, because this is talking about in the earth, all seeds in the earth.
Okay. Whatever. Let's move on from that. I get your point about it being in the earth. But I still agree to disagree, just like the last guy. But I wanted
don't see why, but sure.
Okay. I don't see why you think that, because I heard you say it referred to the planet Earth, and you were saying that he was using things that weren't in the scripture to justify his position, but then you're using the word planet Earth, and planet's not in the scripture either.
Oh no! Earlier I said planet Earth, right? But like it just says in Earth, right?
Yeah, not planet
Right.
Earth.
I mean planet. I never said that scripture said planet.
Well, he was making the argument.
I said it's referring to the planet. You understand that when you say the word Earth, you are inherently referring to a planet.
As we know it today, because that's the name.
As God knew it too.
That's what we call Earth. The planet we live on, we call it Earth. But anyway, I don't see how God using the wrong term disproves that.
How God literally being wrong means that he's not all knowing.
No, I don't think it makes him wrong.
So he's not wrong, even though it is quite literally not the smallest seed.
Yeah, I don't think he's wrong, because I think the greater purpose of it is not to say that the mustard seed is the absolute smallest seed. I think the purpose of it is to teach about faith. And it was done effectively.
To preach about faith. I mean, I don't see how it does. You know, it's still a false claim, but
because God did
all right.
not come to the earth to tell us what the smallest seed was. He came to teach us about his doctrines, and that
doesn't mean it's not a false claim.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. What?
It's used as a teaching mechanism. Not every analogy works out 100%, and you know that.
Yeah, so if I use if I don't know, I don't see how that could. It may be to like show like
use an
contradiction
analogy,
or something.
Use an analogy to teach me something, and then I will show you that you have not. That analogy does not work out 100%. Anyone saying that I need water, I have a lung disease, so whatever. Just I'm gonna ignore you guys, but.
Yeah. So I'm kind of confused. You want me to give you an analogy?
Well, I'm just trying to say that you know as well as I do that analogies are teaching mechanisms and that they don't translate.
Yeah, but you wouldn't give a logically contradictory analogy.
I would say there's not a single analogy out there that doesn't have some contradiction if you take it literally.
There's not a single analogy that doesn't have a contradiction?
Yeah, not every analogy used as a teaching mechanism is going to be 100% without contradictions.
Wait, give me one analogy that you can use without with a contradiction. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I don't think you can. I don't think you can unless you're showing a contradiction and showing how that doesn't make sense. Right? There's no way that you could actually get anything outside of that context.
I can liken the stock market going up and down to an airplane flying up and down. But if we all know, the stock market isn't an airplane.
No, but those would be at separate times. It's not a contradiction. Right? So you're saying up and down at the same time?
No, I'm not saying up and down at the same time.
That would be a contradiction.
No,
you're not telling me a contradiction.
The stock market goes up and sometimes it goes down at different times. Planes.
Yeah, that's not a contradiction.
No, I know. Listen to me. Planes go up sometimes and down sometimes. I'm using an analogy to liken the stock market to an airplane. But we all know that stock markets aren't airplanes. And faith isn't a seed.
What, dude? I never said there's anything wrong with an analogy that isn't logically contradictory, right? Give me an analogy that is logically contradictory. That would just be like the scenario where you're saying, oh, I'm going to compare the stock market going up and down simultaneously to an airplane going up and down simultaneously. Both of them don't make any sense.
Okay, so you're trying to get me to tell you an analogy that has something wrong inside of it that is used as a teaching mechanism.
That's used as a teaching mechanism. I don't see how it's a teaching mechanism with a contradiction.
I'm just trying to understand what you're trying to get out of me. I'm sorry. I'm a simple man. I don't know. I'm not a smart.
Contradiction is A doesn't equal A. That's what a contradiction is.
Okay. I can't give you that off the top of my head. I'm not as bright as you are. I would have to take time to think about it. I'm obviously in flight or flight mode a little bit, so yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. I mean, if you'd like to come on another time, we can talk about it then if you'd like.
No, let's
appreciate
continue.
you coming on.
I want to continue talking about the existence of God.
I mean, if you're in fight or flight mode, I don't think that's the best time to do that, dude.
Well, it's gonna happen regardless. If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to. But that's up to you. I don't know. I'll create.
I think we shouldn't do it in that context. But yeah, Tanner, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Okay, man. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, we're going to go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live, everyone. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares, y'all. Let's go into the next person, though. Only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. Again, we're just looking for some debates, everyone. Just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I'm 59.
For sure. Do you believe in God?
God is the ET who created us. One of the Anunnaki, either Enki or Enlil or one of those guys. But you want to know if I can prove the Bible, the God exists. Is that correct?
Yeah, before you do that, right? I mean, how do you know that those types of aliens exist?
It was written in stone by the Sumerians 6,000 years ago. The ETs they landed on Earth over there in Iraq to mine gold for their atmosphere on planet Nibiru. Okay, when they speak of Jesus coming back or Jesus returning, he's returning on that planet, Nibiru, Planet X, Nemesis, whatever you want to call it. It's on the way. He's on his way. Can we get back to?
Yeah, my question would be: do they show pictures of that? Is there text?
Yes, there is. The clay cuneiform tablets. Yes.
And do they have pictures or text?
Yes, they do. Just read about the Anunnaki. But
pictures
you want to know?
text.
You want to know if I can prove that God exists, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the guy that wrote that the Bible is a parallel to what really happened. It's side by side. Okay. Okay. So on September 17th through the 23rd of 2017, it's in Revelation 12. It was written in the Bible how the planets were going to be aligned on a particular day or week. And they had never been aligned that way ever before, and they were never going to be aligned that way ever again. The Bible, it was written in the Bible, it happened, that made me a believer.
So what particular verse does it say?
In Revelation 12, where the Virgin Mary was going to give birth, but the dragon was right there, waiting to devour it.
Cried on pain about to give birth, and another sign appeared in heaven: an enormous red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns.
That happened. I
don't see where it refers to the alignment of stars.
Yes, it speaks of all the planets that form the Virgin Mary, and it's just if you want to look at the science part of it, just go to any science channel and look at the way the planets were aligned on that particular day.
Where does it talk about the planets being aligned within Revelation 12?
Okay, well, it says that one of those planets, Jupiter, was the child. That the name of the astronomical constellation is Child. So it's the two constellations that were next to each other, one forms the woman, and the child is coming out between her legs, and it's just the way that the planets were aligned on that particular day. The Bible says they were going to be aligned
so
that way.
there's literally no this Revelation 12 doesn't have anything that refers to stars being aligned. Its tail swept a third of stars of the sky and flung them onto the earth, and then 12 stars on her head. That's literally all.
Yes. It was the only time in history that the 12 planets or stars were in that particular formation that those Bible verses explain. It never happened before, and it will never.
No, this is what it says. A great sign appeared in heaven: a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head.
Yes, that would be.
How does that have to do with stars? In galaxy?
Planet. Yeah, all the planets were present. All 9 planets were present, and a
this
couple of
doesn't
different
specify
stars.
any time period. This is talking about something that's not even related to planets or stars. This is
It does. It happened on. Look up the planetary alignment on September 17th or 23rd of 2017. Look it up. That's all I got to say. And if you do, shoot me a comment or shoot me a DM. All right.
Sure.
It's all there. It's all there. The planets and stars had never been aligned that way ever before, and they will never be aligned that way ever again. The Bible said they would be that way, and that made me a believer. That's it.
Yeah, so I don't see how specifically it does relate to them aligning or anything like that. But
okay, when it says she was clothed in the with 12 crowns, that would be all the planets. All the planets were present in that constellation on that particular day. Mars, they were all there. Mars, Venus, Saturn, they were all there. Those are the 12 crowns on her head. Okay.
How do you know? How do you know that relates to the crowns?
Because those make up the crown. All the planets make up the crown.
How do you know that makes up the crown?
Because the Bible, that verse, the Revelation 12, says so. Okay, if you have to mix a little astrology.
The verse does not say that this is referring to the stars in the galaxy, right? Not at all. Not even close. It literally just talks about stars on a crown.
Look at the
verse. I did.
Planetary alignment. No, look at the planetary alignment on that day, and it's exactly as that verse states.
It doesn't. This verse literally doesn't state.
Okay. The planetary alignments make up the Virgin, and also make up the child coming through between her legs, and the dragon that was right there to devour it, which is wormwood. Okay. I don't have all the super fine print details on it, but if you look up the astronomical alignments of the heavenly bodies, and then tie it to that Bible verse, it's to the T. It's identical to the T.
You're just you keep restating the same claim.
Because I don't have.
And also, when I was saying wild, there's 8 planets.
There is. Oh, but don't forget about Nibiru, the one that has a 3,600 year orbit that comes around which is it's almost here.
Is it in our solar system?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So
there is another planet
that we don't know exists.
There is one more planet after Pluto. Okay, it's called Nibiru. In the Bible, it's called Wormwood. It has a 3,600 year orbit. And every time, it's a solar system that comes flying through our solar system and causes havoc every time. It causes pole shifts. It causes, when this Earth, when we have a pole shift here, When that solar system comes through, it's a dead sun. Can't see it with the naked eye. You have to have an infrared telescope. That's why the Vatican built the telescope named Lucifer down in Antarctica just to see it. You have to see it in the infrared spectrum. Okay, it's on its way. It's a solar system that will come flying through our solar system every 3,600 years, and it causes havoc. Pole shift, okay? The oceans will sweep over the continents. Read about it.
Can you give me evidence that there is any type of infrared that can show us this?
Again, in Revelation, it speaks of
especially like solar systems colliding.
Yes, in Revelation, it speaks of mountains of fire crashing into the oceans and poisoning the oceans and killing a third of the grass and a third of the trees and a third. When the Earth flies through Nibiru's tail, okay, the tail is millions of miles long. It's full of asteroids and meteors, things like that.
Yeah, so pole shifts, right? They take a way longer period of time than 3,000 years. Right?
No, the whole Earth will flip north to south in less than 30 minutes. You talked about the ocean sweeping over the continents.
No, I'm saying pole shifts are not something that happens often, right? It takes hundreds of thousands of years.
It's happening now. It's happening now. It's getting ready to flip now. The North Pole is off by almost 23 degrees right now. Okay,
how do you know that?
Okay, this planet Nibiru is a dead sun.
How do you know that?
Well, look up where the magnetic North Pole is right now. It's way off. It's not even where it's supposed to be right now.
Where did you find that?
Flip. In any just look up magnetic pole shift. Just look up pole shift the Earth's pole shift. Okay, let me say something right now. You know all this global warming and climate change and all this crap. It's because, do you know what radiant heat is? You know those heaters that have it's just like an orange glow. They're really hot.
Yeah. So hold up.
So this dead sun.
Since the forces that generate our magnetic field are constantly changing, the field itself is also in continual flux, right? Its strength waxing and waning over time. This causes the location of Earth's magnetic north and south poles to gradually shift and to even completely flip locations every 300,000 years or so.
Yeah, underneath Antarctica is Hawaii. Okay, underneath Antarctica, it was a tropical freaking paradise before the Earth flipped, and it.
The time it takes for Earth's magnetic field to reverse polarity is approximately 7,000 years, but the time it takes for the reversal to occur is shorter at low altitudes than high altitudes.
Okay,
a geologist funded by the.
I agree with you there, but not when there's a planet approaching that's 4 times the size of the Earth. Okay, this is going to happen a lot faster than that because there is a planet. There's a dead sun with a bunch of planets approaching the Earth. It's radiant heat. That's why it's heating up the core of the Earth. That's why it's getting so damn hot. Okay, we've got this radiant heater.
So where do we see that
approaching? Just look up 2 suns. Look up 2 suns. Our solar system is a binary system. Okay, there are 2 suns in our solar system, and there's also an extra planet after Pluto that has a 3,600 year orbit. Okay.
Okay, I don't know where to find this. Can you let me know where to find this?
I'll be right back. I'll get all the specifics. I'll be right back. All right.
For sure, bro.
Okay. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it, man. All right, everyone, we're going to the next person. Appreciate you coming on. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 750,000 likes. If you want to help get it out to more people, share the live, everyone. Let's try to get to 1,000 shares. It'll help get it out to more people. But let's go on to the next person again. If you disagree, send a guest request right now, y'all. All right, let's get some debates, everyone. Okay, for some reason it's not accepting this person, so we're going to try the next person again. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. You already know the deal. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. I tried to request, but it's not working. You have to 1,000 followers plus to send a guest request. They might have changed it. It might be more than 1,000 now, actually. Depends on where you live, though. Some places you don't have to have 1,000. British accent, Parker? British? Okay. It's not accepting people to chat. I'm trying to get someone up here. If it doesn't, I don't know. We'll hopefully we can. All right, we'll be able to get someone. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. By the way, everyone, the requests are gone. They're open for me.
Whoa.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
For sure. Do you think that God exists?
Glad. I'm like glad that I got on. I've been trying to get on for days, bro. Basically, we go outside. Yeah, I do believe. What do you know about like Masonry, Freemasonry?
What do I know about what?
What it means to be a Freemason?
Not much. But
Well,
you believe in God. Why do you believe in
I
God?
believe in the Bible. I think that the Masonic order like goes against God's word, and that today is just like a product of the Masonic order. And the Bible explains it all, like from Genesis.
So how do we know that the Bible is a reliable account of events that have occurred?
So basically, I think that like my take on this is like good for people that might not know like about Masonry. So Werner von Braun, he's like a part of NASA. He's looked at as the father of NASA. And on his tombstone when he died, he had this Bible verse, which basically says, the heavens declare the glory of God, the firmament shows his handiwork. So why would somebody who's a part of a organization where they teach that the earth is like round?
Can you give me like a legitimate argument, man?
Well, I don't know.
Like
I think
all
that's
you're saying is that like, oh my gosh, this guy wrote something on his thing.
Well,
Ooh,
no, it gets
like,
deeper than that.
this
But
is
just
it's
from
not
a surface
compelling.
level,
It's not convincing.
Because well, I'll say this though. You know, he was really a member of NASA, and he really passed away. And his real tombstone has that verse on it, which really mentions the firmament. So why, you know, what I mean, that
question
is
mark and question mark.
Well, I don't know. You can say and, but like you like to base your things off of like real facts, and that's something that's like 1000% real. So, but
and question mark.
Yeah. Well, there's more to it. Well, if you just look at language, you know, like when with the Bible talking about the firmament and like proving God's existence, you know that the word horizontal or the word horizon, which is talking about the line that connects the sky and the sea, it's a flat line. And it's an obvious derivative from the word horizontal, meaning flat. So there's no bend, which is what the Bible
So you think
teaches.
the Earth is flat?
Yeah, I think that like a lot of the like.
Can I ask you a question?
Upheld like viewpoints of society are just a product of the Freemasons, including your beliefs.
Yeah,
and it also ties into the gay thing, like with your other debates on like homosexuality and stuff. And like with Leviticus talking about how homosexuality is an abomination. But I think that
so
the
do you hold to the Old
Freemasons'
Testament?
I think the Freemasons' existence and you know, like
Hey, do you hold to the Old Testament?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so when it relates to this, so I've one thing here to ask you particularly. Do you wear mixed fabrics?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well that's a sin under your view.
Yeah, there's plenty of things that I do daily that I'm aware of our sins, and I think
So
that
you're
they're
willfully
all products of
sinning
the
within that
Masonic order.
respect? Why do you keep wearing it if you know it's sinful?
Well, there's a lot of things that a lot of people do that you ask.
Okay, so people can engage in gay sex and they can use the same argument as you.
Well, not necessarily, because I think you're.
Why not?
Well, you're supposed to come into repentance. You understand? And like, although there are certain things that are.
So you're not repenting right now.
I think that's more of like. It says to do such a thing is an abomination, but I'm not gonna lie. I talk to people that are gay all the time. I have gay friends. You know what I'm saying?
No, but there's no distinction between these sins. These sins are equalized.
No,
okay?
I disagree.
Can you give me any evidence to indicate? Otherwise, I can give you like evidence to indicate that sin is equal.
That those two sins are equal.
That sin itself is equal.
So can you?
Right. The only distinction you can make is that between carnal sin, right, and other types of sin, right? But the engaging in gay intercourse is not considered a carnal. I mean,
I don't know. Well, can I say something else, like just about the music industry and stuff? I think this is another good one to prove like God's existence, since we got a little bit off topic. But and even me, I feel like I'm going a little bit off on like tangents when I could do better. But in the music industry specifically, which is controlled by the Freemasons, we more often than not see a lot of like demonic / antichrist imagery, whether it's like Uzi with the upside down cross on his tongue or Lil Dicky, Demi
Yeah, that's
Lovato,
like
etc.
advertisement and marketing.
Well, yeah, for sure. But my thing is like, I don't know, like if it's just me, but like if the Masons are going out of their way to display all this imagery that has to do with the cross, Jesus, etc., then that's evidence to me that Christ is a Messiah, because the Masons control everything and they have the power to control everything. So if this is the imagery that they choose,
These are all
display,
assumptions.
then yeah, it's assumptions, but they're based on a lot of fact and truth. Like
What facts and truth is it based upon? I don't have
for one
evidence to
young
believe
thug-
that like
for one young
Freemasons
thug,
control every aspect
well,
of our reality.
Well, for one young thug, who admitted that he was a Mason, like on camera, and Doja Cat as well, they've like admitted that they have ties to Masonry, and obviously Masonry is.
Does that mean everything is controlled?
Yes,
because
that does mean
they said
everything is
something.
controlled.
How do you know that they're not doing so for marketing reasons as well?
Well, that's for you to discern, but those that have eyes to see, ears to hear, I think they'll understand like what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like I think.
No, I think you're trying to say that to say that yours is the only way to interpret it when it's not. It really isn't, right?
Not necessarily. Obviously people interpret things the way that they want.
And also, like to
think
take that it's all
the Masons wouldn't
controlled
do
because
those
they're a
things,
part of
all
it.
the
Hold up,
rituals,
John.
etc., if it wasn't
John,
real.
to say that they're all like everything in the world is controlled because two people who are celebrities say that they're a part of some group or organization, right, is not justification at all.
Like I said, there's more to it than that, and like the Masons go way deeper than just the music industry. You understand? But I think if an organization that has as much influence as they do displays such imagery as they do, then it's safe to believe that they're doing it for a reason. They're doing these rituals for a reason. They're meeting in these groups for a reason. They're putting on these outfits, putting up this imagery.
Yeah, but the reason's
because
not
it's
to
real,
indicate
you know?
yours
It's not
to be
like
true.
Say that again?
The reason, there being a reason doesn't indicate your reason to be true. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But it's like I said, if I'm like, what's a good like analogy to explain like that? If they're showing you something, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a quote, it says symbolism will be their downfall. If I'm choosing to put a sign up or something like that, then you better bet your ass there's probably a reason why I put the sign up. You understand? And if they're showing these signs over and over through like bank brands, logos, businesses, you know what I mean? To like show certain imagery or a certain, you know what I mean? Whether it's movies or whatever the case, music, like why are they showing this imagery? Like, I don't know.
Want to know
I
why?
feel like
Money.
I feel like they wouldn't display anti-Christ
Money. We live in a
imagery if Christ
capitalist
wasn't the
society.
Messiah. You could say it's just simply a certain point of like upside down crosses, thingy. It's not just, oh, people believe it and it'll like draw attention. It's because they know that Christ is a Messiah and like they choose to blaspheme because they want the Masons want the artists to misguide the fans against God's word. In the same way that NASA, the other Masonic organizations do. They teach and preach things that are against biblical doctrine, which is kind of what you do.
Yeah, based. So
It's
like
not based.
no, it is based, right? Because I mean I don't hold the things in which have contradictions.
But it's like
right?
if the Masons
do you want to go over some of these
displaying
contradictions?
Antichrist imagery, why wouldn't they display?
I've told you
anti-Buddhist
already.
imagery
Again,
or
it's for marketing. It's
anti-Hindu
because it gets
imagery?
people like you
But
talking
why not
about
those?
it.
Why not Hinduism? You know what I mean? It's always
Because
Christ
people
all
are
the
not
time,
Hindu
because
as
they
much in
know
the
that
United
Christ
States.
is the real
Wait, hold
deal.
up, John.
I don't know.
John, easy answer. People are not Hindu as much in the United States. Right? People in the United States are mostly Christian. Are you there, John? Hello? John?
Hear me? Christianity is easily more disrespected than the other religions. People go out of their
in the
way to,
United States, because the United States, it's most prevalent in the United States. And I don't think that's necessarily true. What about Islamophobia in the United States?
Nah, I mean like in terms of like, well, there's mostly Islamophobia. I'd say that that's the most like phobic religion of all. But I'm talking about in terms of most hated or persecuted. It's like quite.
Definitely not in the United States. That's clearly not true in the United States.
I had to disagree, even though it's like the most.
Give me evidence of that.
accepted. Well, it's like I said. I mean, if you look at an average comment section or thingy,
An average comment section. An average comment section.
I mean, that's pretty good evidence too. It's stuff that with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? And if people are repeatedly saying the same things, you're able to gather information. And love to like.
Why do you keep cutting out, bro?
I just come walking around, but yeah, it's like I said, the Masons, they go and attack Christianity specifically, and the
No, you're pausing in and out, bro. Appreciate the Michelle. Thank you for the hand heart.
correct religion.
You paused in and out. I couldn't hear you saying. It's not your
I
Wi-Fi.
know. Well, I was saying that I think that Christianity being as attacked as it is just another product of the Masonic order, and that the Masons wouldn't go so hard against Christ specifically if Christ.
Do you want to hear any actual like arguments against your view?
Low key exists.
John,
Yeah,
do you want to hear
for sure.
argument against your view? All right, yeah, for sure. So, do you believe that God has free will? John, hello?
Say that again.
Do you think God has free will?
Hello. Repeat the question.
Do you think that God has free will?
Do you think we have free will? Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Dude, this bro's lagging so hard. Yo, pal, I appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. All right, should I go on to the next
Yeah,
person, everyone?
I
He's
think God
lagging
has
hard.
free will.
Okay, hello? Do you hear me now?
I think I have good enough internet. Yeah, I can hear you now. I was gonna say it should be good right now.
You were cutting out. You were 1 bar right now.
Yeah, that's all good. I should be up. I should be back to 4.
Yeah, you're back now. Yeah, so so yeah, God has free will. Can God do evil?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. So you can have free will and not be able to do evil. Can God make human beings that have free will that can't do evil?
Well, I think Jesus Christ is the only one who didn't commit evil. Like the only one to have lived the sin. I think Jesus Christ is the only one that lived the sinless life.
Yeah, but again, the idea is that everyone else can as well.
Well, I think
God's all-knowing, all-powerful, and all good.
I think that things are set in stone, but it's set up in a way where we have the ability to quote-unquote choose something that we have already been predetermined to do, you know? Like, God knows, but we do not. You understand? And somehow in this reality...
predetermined by who?
Somehow in this reality, you know, we are able to make choices as we please, giving us a sense of free will, although God knows the outcome. But I don't think that that's proof that God, like, is torturous or is, like, happy to have, like, atrocities and stuff happen to people, etc. I don't think that was his, like, MO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, so, did you hear any of my questions, dude?
Well, yeah, I just pretty much answered it by saying that, like, God sets things up in a way where you do have a free will because you can make whatever choice, you know what I mean? You can choose to do whatever it is that you want to do, but God already
that
knows
wasn't
the
my
outcome.
question.
So repeat the question.
Yeah, so can God create us with free will and not have the ability to do evil?
And not have the ability to do... Wait. Oh, no. Well,
Why not?
I suppose he could. He could do anything, but I don't think that that's the case. I think that we have the ability.
So you're telling me that God prefers a world where there's sin over a world where there's not sin? All else constant?
I think he prefers a world where we have the option to do both, but we choose to do what he tells us to do with the word being the Bible.
Yeah, but I mean, in that one, we're still choosing to do the right thing. We still have free will.
Yeah, that's why I said, in a sense, you do have free will, but also the events are predetermined to God.
Okay, so if we have
It's like
free
a
will
test.
in that
It's
world,
a test. I see
then
the comment that said it's a test.
John,
You have free will, but you're able to do as you please. So the option is to, there's knowledge of good and evil. The apple has been bitten, and now you can do as the Bible tells you, or you can do not as the Bible tells you. And the Masonic order, who is in control today all around the world, you see the Freemason symbols and the rituals taking place. They obviously choose and get the world to do things that are against God's order. That's what's going on here. NASA, music industry, etc.
Yeah, you're not even engaging with my argument.
Well,
would you like to engage with my argument instead of like preaching about other things?
Well, I think that is engaging with your argument. I'm saying that we have free will, and that God's free will is to do the right thing. Although we have a choice, like you said, to obviously do evil.
In both scenarios, you have a choice because you have free will in both scenarios.
What does that? What does having free will in both scenarios have to do with anything?
Whether or not you have a choice.
Yeah, we do have a
Dude,
choice.
bro is lagging so hard, bro.
Well, I don't think I was lagging. I think I was just like.
You are lagging. I literally, unironically are. Bro. Do you think I'm lying about that?
No, but I think that we have free will, and that we're.
Then why are you
supposed to-
telling me that you're not lagging?
I don't know. I don't think I'm lagging anymore. I think I was lagging earlier, but.
No, I literally said you were lagging, and you said, no, I'm not.
Well, just because I don't believe that that's the case anymore. But like I said, bro, I don't know.
You were
that,
lagging.
I think the Masonic Order's like presence
like, bro.
in the 21st century is proof of the Masonic Order, in my opinion.
No, dude, you're like that's complete bullshit. That was the vaguest statement you've ever made.
No, I don't think so, bro. It's like pattern recognition.
You just said you think Masonic stuff is.
Do you believe in pattern recognition?
I believe it exists. That doesn't mean it's always right.
Hold on. Well, it doesn't mean it's always right. Okay, but let me ask you this: do you think that over a series, like over a matter of time, if you recognize a series of patterns, then you can come to like certain conclusions? You know what I'm saying? So.
What kind of pattern are you talking about?
Well, patterns of like Masonic influence being like throughout all parts of like society. Like I said,
and
power,
I gave you my explanation
music,
for it, so I don't think that
politics,
explanation. I don't think that explanation indicates this.
I don't know. Doja Cat had a Freemason cake, and then all of her music videos displays Masonic imagery. She has a video called Rules where she calls
Dude,
herself.
Is this actually the best argument there is for fucking Christianity at this point?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's the best argument, but
can you actually respond to my argument though? Because like I was trying to go through the problem of evil, but you didn't even want to go through it. You just like change it back to like the Masonic order shit. So what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the contradiction, or do you just want to say your bullshit about the Masonic order that has absolutely no justification? It's just an inference that you just like pull out of your ass and whip with the trust me bro approval.
I don't know. It's like I said, there's more to it than that. It's like involved in banking, like politics, etc. And I think that those are like damning evidences because money.
Trust me, bro.
People would argue that money is the most important thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And
trust me, bro.
The Rothschilds, etc. Like there's a lot of important things and important people that have ties to the Masonic order. So I think it's like pandering, like to not take that into consideration because Masonry is like
pandering to not take that into consideration. What does that even fucking mean? Pandering to who?
Well, I guess to everybody. Like I'll say, or maybe not pandering, but you're like basically trying to undermine like the fact that Masonry is important and like the people that are involved in it.
It's literally not. It's unironically not.
I don't know, man. It's like I said, if they all display.
You literally saw you saw Doja Cat do something for like literally marketing purposes and like trying to make money, and you somehow make that seem how like Masonry is like controlling the whole world.
People are asking, why does this mean that God exists? What I'm saying, if these people that are involved in this group with all this money are choosing to display imagery that's anti-Christ, then what does that say about Christ? You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't mean it's right. People do anti stuff for when it relates to lots of things. That doesn't mean that what they're saying anti to is right. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know how else to explain it. But I don't know. It's just my view.
Do you want to respond maybe to what I say?
Sure. Ask me another question.
Bruh. Okay. Let's just go back to the problem of evil, right? God is all knowing, all powerful, all good, right? God has essentially a choice between two different worlds: a world where there's free will and evil, and a world where there's free will and no evil. Okay, so you're telling me, since we exist in the world where there's evil, that God prefers the world in which there's evil over the world in which there's not evil. So God prefers genocide to no genocide. God prefers child sex trafficking to no child sex trafficking. God prefers the Holocaust rather than no Holocaust. God prefers slavery to no slavery. Right? Is that your view?
In a sense, yes. I mean, I agree. That is the world that we're currently living in. So I suppose that is what God had plan. You see what I'm saying? And like I don't fully understand God's plan. You know, I myself, like I'm not God, but I think that like I said, important people and
God
important
prefers
organizations-
P3DOs to grape children over there not to be P3DOs that grape children.
Okay, but there's people richer.
That's your view? That's your view?
There's people more important. than
There's
you
no
and I,
fucking way.
richer than
There's
you and
literally
I,
no
that
way
believe
that you
what's it called?
justified all genocides, the Holocaust, slavery, fucking all of that shit, right? Because God prefers it.
I mean,
wait, are you joking?
I mean, for the latter to be taking place, that would just mean that that
Oh,
it was
so you're
the
saying for a
perfect
greater
world of
good.
robots. Then we'd just be a world.
Oh, wait,
of robots,
that's not
essentially.
robots. Because if they're robots, right, that would necessarily mean that God is a robot, right? Because it's the same sense of free will that God has.
No, because God can do
What do you
whatever
mean,
he chooses. Because God could do whatever he chooses, and if we don't go by living right now, however we choose, then we'd be living however God. You know what I'm saying? Like without any free will, just doing things like. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
I don't really know what you're
God
saying.
wanted us to do, because you're
No, I
saying
don't know what you're
that.
saying.
Because you just said that we don't have any or you said that we have free will. I forget exactly how to-
Is God has free will and God can't do evil? Okay, so if humans have that exact same sense of free will, how is it not free will with them and it's free will with God if it's the same fucking sense?
I don't know. I think it doesn't make God evil because he chose to allow things to take place, like you just said, like genocide, etc. It just that's not a dismissal of God. You know, I like think like other people that are atheists have like tried to use that point, like you know what I mean, murder, whatever, etc. takes place, so God can't be real. But I feel like
you're telling me that God prefers sin, right? Which is a contradiction.
Well, yeah,
because
that's
sin
what I'm
is
saying.
literally
Sin in
against.
general.
Hold up, sin is against God's preference. It's the most blatant contradiction you could ever have, right? God prefers a reality in which God has a preference against. That's literally a contradiction. Not only is it a contradiction, but it's a wild fucking take.
It's not a wild take. That's a take that a lot of
It is a
religious people
fucking
have.
wild take.
Anybody that believes in God has that take, though, bro. Because obviously,
Okay,
we live in a world
all
where
of them
sin
have
happens.
contradictory views. I agree.
Yeah, but I think atheism is also kind of like a contradictory view because it's
Hey, give me a contradiction in
You
atheism.
think that nothing created something? How's
That's not the view.
How does nothing create
Not the view.
something?
Not
They
the
say
view.
there's no God.
That's not the view.
It's-
That's not the view.
atheism
You
is
can have a
the-
naturalistic explanation in which there's an eternal state of fundamental particles in which necessarily lead to this reality, right? You saying the nothing leads to something, that is a straw man view that Christians constantly posit. It's essentially just as the same as me saying Sky Daddy just decided to spawn us into existence. Like it's my fucking Minecraft, right? And actually that's corresponds to your view more than mine, right? In terms of the nothing leads to something.
I don't know. I think that it's easier to believe that there's. I don't know. I think there's more proof of a God than not of a God. And it's like I said, like important.
Give me what proof? What
well,
proof?
It's like I said.
Where?
What
Again,
people-
you just
what
so
important
even though
people
there's a
do in
fucking
private
contradiction.
matters, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, John, hold up. John, hold up.
Into consideration.
John,
Like,
hold
well,
up.
They're doing these things for a reason.
Thank you for the hand. I appreciate it, John. Right. Even though there's a contradiction.
Say again.
Even though there's a contradiction, there's
Yeah,
more proof for its existence. Even though there's a what that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Is there more proof for a fucking squared circle?
I mean, who's to say? And maybe not in this, maybe not in a way that you could fathom or in this reality. Like there's things that are out of your comprehension. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Can this bottle be full of liquid and empty of liquid simultaneously?
No, not in this reality. I would say no. Obviously not.
So in some reality, it could.
Yeah, for all you know.
What fucking reality?
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. But
no, tell me what reality.
How would I know? Obviously, I live in this reality, and that's not possible. But I'm saying that, like.
So you're telling me a reality can exist without logic?
Yes. Yes.
How so?
Because
So logical contradictions are possible.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think laws of nature can be defied. I think.
Okay, so one can equal two.
All the time.
One can equal two.
No, I don't. Well, I mean,
Think of the galaxy. I appreciate. Thank you so much. What's the issue with that?
well,
What's
I
the issue with
guess
one equaling two?
I guess honestly, you know what? Yeah, I was gonna say technically by my logic that, but that's neither here nor there.
By your
Neither of
logic,
those
you don't
things are
have any
reality.
logic.
That's what I'm saying. By that logic, anything is possible. But that's not the
Right, but
reality.
you don't even hold to logic. So
Of even. We're in this reality. Water can't be empty. A bottle of water can't be full and empty at the same time. So there's no point of, you know what I'm saying?
So can God exist and not exist simultaneously?
No, he exists.
Wait, why not?
Because this is reality. It's not some fake reality.
Wait, but if there's not logic, right, then what's the issue?
Say the last part again.
If there's not logic, then what's the issue?
There is logic though. What are you saying? I was saying there would be.
Oh, there is logic.
Yeah, there would be no logic in that.
Okay, is there a possible world where God exists and doesn't exist simultaneously?
No, I wouldn't say so.
No, so logic is necessary.
In reality, he would either exist or not exist. But I think it's more obvious that he does exist.
Wait, John, what you just said is that logic is necessary. And if you're saying logic is necessary, then there's no possible world in which it fails to exist.
I mean, I don't know. I think people could easily create like a cartoon or something where it's illogical. You know, I think that if things that are logic exist, then things that are illogical must exist also. So I don't see what you're saying.
I believe things that are logical must exist, and that's going to be you.
Say that one more time.
Yeah, I believe that things that are illogical exist, and that thing is you.
Well, I mean, that's your opinion. I think that
No, that's a fact of reality. You literally did just contradict yourself, dude.
How so?
Appreciate the superpower. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You just said that there could be, yeah. So the preference against something, against God's preference, that one was a contradiction. When we relate to you saying that, again, 2 could equal 1, that's a contradiction, right? You making the claim that, that there could be a bottle that's full and empty simultaneously in some version of reality. That's a contradiction.
Yeah, and a version that's not this one. Those things, all those things that I was saying were taking place.
Not possible.
Reality that's not
Literally not
exactly,
possible.
Yeah. And I was in agreement with that those things were impossible.
Now you're in agreement with it after you realized how bad of a take it was.
No. I'm saying in reality, I never claimed those things to be taking place. I'm saying that in reality, I think that God exists. And
yeah, but you're saying it's possible in some reality. So you didn't listen to me. You didn't listen to me. I said possible in some. You said possible in some reality. That's what you said.
Not this one. So what does it matter?
Doesn't matter whether or not you said not this one. You still think it can fail to exist. So if logic can fail to exist, then it's not necessary. Then it is the case that God. Wait. Then it is the case that in a possible world. Then it is the case. Then it is the case. Then it is the case. Then it is the case in a possible. I didn't contradict shit. Right. Then it is the case in a. So it is the case then in a possible world that God can exist and not exist simultaneously. Right. So that's what you're not understanding. If it can fail to exist, then God can exist and not exist simultaneously. All right, you can speak.
I don't know. I think that God can't
How did I contradict myself?
And well, you contradicted yourself in saying that that I was illogical earlier, but you just said that a world of logic or a world can't be built without logic, but you said I was illogical.
No, logic has to always exist. Yes, it's necessary. How is that a contradiction with what I said earlier?
Because if logic exists, then so does the ability to be illogical.
I agree. You're illogical.
So, never mind. I'm saying that obviously that's proof that logic exists.
I agree logic exists. I never said logic didn't exist. When I'm saying that logic is necessary, that is saying that logic has to exist in all possible worlds.
You said all possible worlds.
Yeah.
But there's only one actual world that's taken place, and that's this one.
Okay, and actually that's not true because like there's a world that God exists in, right? That was prior to creation.
Well, I don't know if that's the case. I think that.
Thank you for the corgi. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so then did God exist prior to creation?
Well, yeah, he did, but he created.
Okay, so there was a world that God existed in prior to creation. That's what I'm talking about.
And where would you say that place is? Because I think in Genesis it says in the beginning the world was void, so that doesn't necessarily allude to.
Oh no, it just means what you mean. It depends what you mean by world. But what I mean by world is a state of existence.
State
So
of
I'm
existence
not talking
for
about
who?
planet.
Because God would have always existed.
God. Yeah, if God always existed, there's a state of existence.
And where would that have been?
It doesn't matter about where. Do you think God is physical? No. You think God is immaterial, so there wouldn't be a where. That's a dumb question.
But you yourself said that
No,
he
dude,
would have
that's
had to
actually
be
like such a dumb
You
question.
yourself though just said that he would have had to been somewhere. So where would that have been? Now you're saying, oh, he couldn't have been anywhere because he's non-physical.
What do you mean he would have had to been somewhere? When did I say that?
You said that before creation, God had to. That literally just came out of your mouth. You said that before God was, before humanity was created, before we came into existence.
Yeah. You first of all, you could say in heaven. 1, 2. I thought I was saying like, did God exist prior to that point? I don't think I said where did God exist. I'm pretty sure I said did God exist prior to this point. I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
I think at first you did, and then I think you also asked the question of where. But
well, I mean, I have this recorded, so I'm going to see when you lie.
Oh no, it's like I said. I think that there's a lot of people that like debate a lot of different things, but I think pattern recognition is important, and I think that if people in important high-ranking places, like it states in the Bible, are taking place in like certain acts and doing certain rituals, etc. Masons, like all throughout all the countries of the world. I think that's something that should be taken into consideration when you see our money, when you see the Masonic buildings, etc. And I think that a lot of their imagery is anti-Christ, and I think that that anti-Christ imagery isn't like a definite proof, but it's something tangible that gives believers like myself more faith that that the doctrine is real, because they talked about these things in the Bible. They're all like, why the Masons? But it's like I said, they display anti-Christ imagery, and why would they do such a thing?
Yeah, so you're just restarting the original claim, man. We already went over this.
It's like I said, the Illuminati, etc. I don't know. I think those organizations are like helping proofs of God's existence.
And again, we already went over this and how that doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, how do you figure that it makes?
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
How do you figure it makes no sense though?
We already went over it, right? Do you want to go over it again?
Well, I don't think it makes no sense. I think that those are real tangible facts. Like I said, the Werner von Braun actually being a real person who was really a part of NASA.
No, it makes no sense for you to like develop a conclusion from what you said. You literally said there were two people that did Masonic.
It begs the question.
You said that. No, it begs the question, right?
Bro.
Whenever you say that just because you have this explanation that it's true, right?
No.
Because again, I can just posit an explanation that is opposite from yours, and then you have no way to be able to justify your explanation over that one, right? I would justify explanations based upon evidence. You lack that evidence. The evidence that you have brought up isn't real evidence. It's interpretations of things that don't correspond to reality.
I don't know.
It's significantly more likely to be true and in accordance with commitments that we already hold to.
No.
If we say that, again, it's going to be related to like manipulation. It's going to be, or not manipulation. It's going to be related to like marketing and stuff like that, right? That's the idea when it relates to that. They're trying to make money. We already have an idea that in a capitalist society, people are trying to make money. That's already a commitment we hold to. So if we already hold to that commitment, we're not then holding to any new assumptions, right? In terms of accepting this explanation.
When you're at, like, are you genuinely trying to get proven like that God exists, or do you believe that he doesn't exist?
I think that your God doesn't exist, but if you could prove it to me, I would accept it.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Well, then, I don't know. I think my best advice for like all the people that like think I'm dumb or whatever is to just look into Freemasonry, like for yourself, and just see like how much influence they have over the world and the different lodges, organizations, and like they really have their hands and everything. And if they are displaying anti-Christ imagery, I think that's like proof that Christ is a Messiah. Like just on paper, the rituals that really take, like they could actually.
It's like clearly not
rituals.
Like
I don't know. I mean, like.
John, that's like terrible evidence, right?
I think that's
just because there's someone making an anti-Christ message doesn't mean Christ exists.
Yeah,
there are
but
people that make There are people that make anti claims about lots of things, right? That doesn't mean that they're right, right?
No, not necessarily. That's what I said. I never said that those things are like 100%
People make anti-atheist arguments. People do anti-atheist
I think
shit,
it's something
right?
to look into.
Doesn't mean
I
atheism
don't think
is right,
that
correct?
they would go through those lengths to do the rituals, etc., art, whatever they choose to display with the upside down crosses or
To
whatever.
make money?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it is just to make money, like you said. But I think that looking into like after a certain point, is it to make money or is it you know what I mean? Like,
Do you have okay? So your entire point relies upon a trust me, bro. They're trying to do this. Trust me, bro, man. Like they're controlling everything. Trust me, bro.
well, it's not a matter of trust me. I think it's a matter of just fact. Like there is, like,
No, it's a matter of faith, which is a trust me, bro.
to a certain extent, it's a matter of both. Because I think it's like I
So
said.
it's a matter of trust.
Well, no, I think that's the point. It is a matter of faith, and it's a matter of fact. Because it's like you said, those things
What
aren't a
fact?
definite proof,
That's
but
not
they really
that's,
are real
no.
people really taking place in real meetings, rituals.
You saying it's a fact is like actual such bullshit. Like if that's what's considered a fact, bro, like we have degraded society so much that like we have no ability to actually establish any true claims about reality.
I don't know. I mean, do you think you could prove to me that the earth is round?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, can you go ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
do you think that water can bend? Or do you think it must take the shape of its container and maintain a level? Because I think those are like actual.
Clearly, it does maintain a level.
You see, so
when
if
it
it maintains
relates
a level,
to.
how
Hold
can
up.
it be a basketball?
Can I respond?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does maintain to like the container that it is in, right? But the container particularly, right, also relates to gravity in an environment, an atmosphere.
You know
okay?
who? What's it called? The
Right.
term of gravity.
So what does gravity do?
You know who?
John.
You know, wait, who's responsible
John.
for gravity?
What does gravity do?
Can you tell me who's responsible for gravity first? Isaac Newton.
Who's responsible for gravity?
Like not who's responsible for gravity as in who but like if you look up who discovered gravity, it's going to tell you Sir Isaac Newton did. And if you look into it, you will find out that Isaac Newton himself was a Mason.
Okay.
Isaac Newton is a Freemason. So gravity is a concept that's directly like from the Masonic order.
Do you think that we
That's why
have
people say
Newtonian
back then, they
gravity?
used to think
Wait,
the
do you
Earth
think
is flat.
gravity today?
It's true.
Do you think gravity today is seen the same as gravity in terms of Newtonian physics?
Say that again?
Do you think gravity is seen the same today as it was within Newtonian physics?
No, of course not. I would say obviously like throughout the years we advanced, but I think that the Masonic order lies about a lot of things, and that the heliocentric model is another one because it puts the sun at the center of the universe. And everything that NASA says is everything that's not what Genesis says. And it said that the firmament separates the waters from the waters. And the guy, Werner von Braun, who is a part of NASA, has that on his gravestone. And that's real.
You're just making the same point you made earlier, dude.
But that's real fucking facts, though.
You literally just have like a
that verse
talking
on
point,
gravestone.
right? Unironically just have a talking point. You've already heard my responses to this. You just say the same talking point over and over again, dude. Like there's no conversation to be had here, right? You're just spouting off like NPC talking points, dude.
I don't know if they're NPC talking points. I think that they're like.
I've already. Do you want to give a response to what I said?
Well, it's like no. I'm agreeing that they're not 100%, but I think that it's something to take into consideration. I think you wave it off immediately because you're like, oh, it's just a trust me, bro. But I think
it literally is a trust me, bro.
How many trust me, bros is it before you're like, oh, these people are like doing satanic stuff? You're like, oh no, they're just doing it for such and such reason, or they're at Bohemian Grove for such and such reason, or you know what I'm saying?
Bohemian Grove is weird, right? And I think it's like something that we need to talk about, but it doesn't mean that there is some sort of like entity controlling the entire world.
So those people that have way more influence than you ever will.
So that will produce expectations for. Okay, John, do I need to meet you?
You're saying that those people that meet at the Bohemian Grove are smarter than you or dumber than you. That's what you're saying.
Oh my God, what do you mean they're dumber than me?
Because you're saying that just because they meet, you just said it yourself, you think it's weird, and you said it's weird that they meet at the Bohemian Grove. So you're saying all those people that have more wealth than you, more influence than you, are stupider than you because just because you think it's weird what they're doing.
In relation to this topic,
true.
Yeah.
So why would they be doing that?
Yeah, if they hold an unjustified belief, they're stupider within this context. Yeah.
But I think you're more naive than me then, because I think those niggas with more money, more secrets.
Wait, what'd you
I mean?
Wait, by the way, are you white?
I'm black. If they're doing
okay, I'm just making sure.
If they're doing those rituals and all those, you know what I mean? Then I think it's safe to say they're doing it for a reason, but it's not necessarily 100%.
So it's not necessarily so it's not necessarily 100%. What are you talking about? I'm not asking for 100%. When I'm looking at most likely to be true, right? It's not 100%.
You're saying that people that meet at Bohemian Grove are less intelligent than you when they obviously, that's probably obviously not the case.
I would say they have an unjustified belief when it relates to this particular circumstance.
Say that again.
Yeah, I think they have an unjustified belief when it relates to this circumstance.
To what circumstance? Like of God being real?
Yeah, or whatever they believe in, whatever they follow.
So why are they there in the first place, my guy? That's what I'm asking you.
Why do people have faith?
Why do they pay and take the time to do those satanic things?
Why do people have faith?
Real,
why do people go to
and
church every week?
They have way more money and stuff than we ever will. And they're behind.
Why do people go to church every week?
What? Oh, so what is it?
Why do people go to church every week?
Context clues, bro. I don't know.
Why do people go to church every week?
Because they believe. Yeah.
Okay, they believe in something else. That's what they're doing.
What's your point?
That's my point.
Is they believe in, yeah, okay, and they believe in something else. I'm saying those people that meet at Bohemian Grove are like high-ranking people of society that obviously have money, power, and influence. And if they're doing strange things, like you said, you thought it was weird, then what does that say about what they could actually be doing? Just as much as you're saying, oh, it's a trust me, bro.
It doesn't mean that there's some sort of conspiracy that's true.
Okay, but
right? You know what this means? This just means that there are weird things we need to look into.
That you're 100% right, or do you think that there?
So there are weird things that we need to look into, right? But that doesn't mean that there's some entity that controls the entire world, right? This is not an inference that actually follows, not even close. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
I don't know. That's like I said, we don't have as nearly as much. All we can do is sit here and talk right here in this live, right? But there's people that have more money, Elon Musk, etc., and they like partake in like likes and dislikes and things that have to do with like God, etc. And if they're looking into those things, they surely believe in it. So I think it's foolish for us to not look into those things, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so we're looking into it. That doesn't mean that your inference is correct, right? That's like that. I don't know where you're getting at.
But does that mean that yours is either? Like you're saying, I cannot.
We are already committed to the idea that people do things for profit and do things for money. So given that we already have that commitment, right, that would literally entail that people would do stuff like this, right,
what are
for
the odds
marketing.
That they're doing it? So what are the odds that they're doing it because there are religious purposes?
I don't know the particular. I mean, because there are religious what?
Like, what are the odds that they are doing it for religious, like satanic reasons, meeting up in those, like Bohemian Groves, etc., Masonic meetings? You know what I'm saying?
The Bohemian Grove is separate from what you were referencing with Doja Cat and them.
Well, not
right?
really.
It literally is.
It's all a part of the.
No, unironically,
there's many different organizations. Yes, Bohemian Grove, Knights Templar, Freemasons, Illuminati. Like they're all different branches of Masonry around the world, as I was saying before. And like people are like, oh, he's saying Doja Cat, but like those people are having ties to the Masonic order, and all of them have things in common. They go against the teachings of the Bible and the teachings of Christ, because Christ and symbolism.
So you're just you're just restating the same claim. I don't want to hear it again. Is there anything else you have to add? Honestly, I don't want to do it again.
No,
because it's like you just like you don't actually engage with the new questions I'm asking you. You just like keep restating the same claims.
I don't know. I think I did my best to answer a lot of your questions, but I'll let you get to the next one. I just wanted to at least get my point across to people in the comments, just to like, and for you, if you want to believe in God and you want people to, you know what I mean, then like look into Masonry, you know, because I think them going against.
I'm not going to have him restate the claim again. I'm going to restart the live and we're going to do a different topic for like the next hour and 40 minutes I have left on the live. So give me 1 second, everyone, and we'll be right back. We're just going to hit a quick restart real quick here, everyone. Give me 1 second, everyone. 1 second, y'all. We're going to be right back, everyone.